guys. So I had a couple of tech problems there. Sorry, fam. More bad news. The 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk, they got to be further apart as far as any positive agreements go than Tom Brady and Giselle. It's just really ridiculous. Look at Jerry Fowler, and as he's talking, it seems as if they're probably yelling expletives at each other. And just, God, it's just bad. So rest assured, we're not going to be rejoicing over the Brandon Aiyuk signing by tomorrow. It's ridiculous. Grown-ass men, too. D-line 2024 resurgence. In fact, we can think that way because the fact of the matter is last year's D-line was not the D-line we've grown to love and adore over the past few years. And 49ers Kris Kocurek believes strongly in Leonard Floyd. Bosa and teammates fueled by the 2023 season fail. Niners coach Kris Kocurek would already be considered legendary if San Francisco had whiffed on 2 Super Bowl appearances within the last 5 years. When you think about that, and this is where people get pissed off with those of us who do speak in the way we do. When you think about that, 2 Super Bowls in the last 5 years, but you didn't win, I'll leave that right there. See what I'm saying? Because that pisses people off. I say, the fact is, we're knocking at the door, we just haven't got in. You accept failure. You're as much a loser as the Niners are. I'm just saying. So I'm not going to say it anymore. Hopefully, fourth quarter meltdowns will end this season, though. Coach Kocurek has leaned upon for making D-line personnel choices both in the draft and free agency. So he may be, while Leonard Floyd, the Leonard Floyd show will air in Santa Clara this season. I can't wait. I'm really, Leonard Floyd, he may be, may not have had anybody like that since D. Ford left. And when D. Ford came, he was okay. But when he left, he was worse than Leonard and anybody else we've had. Coach Kocurek has always liked Floyd. He's quoted as saying, "I thought he was the most explosive rusher in the draft." Coach already has plans to place on how he's going to use Floyd. And Nick Bosa, every All-Pro in the Niners locker room, is showing no signs of frustration and leading everybody in there over last year's Super Bowl miss. We talk about that a lot, huh? Because we've been there too many times and have made public the determination that has become the attitude in the Niners clubhouse. See, if you're going to feel good about anything, that's it. That's what today's all about, because there's really no news, so we might as well be pumping each other up. Don't get into any negatives, Big Show. I'm talking about you. I need you to set you up for some therapy classes, Big Show, because you I'm telling you, worrying me, man. Tonight, going to the phones after some inspiring rhetoric about your San Francisco 49ers on this Father's Day but happy Father's Day, by the way, about Coach Kocurek's Leonard Floyd plan and Nick Bosa and company's never say die vibe. Oh, well, now I'll wait on this one. But anyway, you'll find the number, call in, PIN number, all you need, get it there. Let's talk about the 49ers. Do we agree that Leonard Floyd was the Niners' biggest offseason addition, providing pass rushing presence to complement All-Pro Nick Bosa? Or are we already, because what's the bad thing about it is, fam, some people have gotten into, like, the 49ers, man, they're never going to get it done. Well, there are those moments we could be happy about. Leonard Floyd might be one of them. Nick Bosa thinks so. Floyd said after signing with the 49ers in free agency, quote, "I believe our skill sets will complement each other well. We've both been guys who've been getting sacks in this league. I'm just going to come in and do my job, do my part, and that's to come in to help affect the game and get pressure on the QB." Unquote. That's all we ask, Nick. That's all we ask. I mean, that's all we ask. Anyway, Last month, after reporting for OTAs, Bosa shared his early impressions of Floyd, saying, "I think he's a super skilled rusher, good length, and he's more athletic than I even realized." He said that, although Nick said the same thing about Drake Jackson, maybe brushed down with the side. Anyway, he goes on to say, "And I think guys like him, when they come to our scheme, the best is brought out of them." So I'm excited to see what potential he has. He's year 9, so I feel like as a D lineman, you can keep improving all the way through 10 years in this league. So I'm excited to see what he's got, unquote. I'm telling you, man, game 1, right? Leonard Floyd, bam, wraps up I mean, if Leonard Floyd gets a sack on Aaron Rodgers in that first game, maybe second or third series, don't hurt him though. I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers get hurt again. But I want to see him get mad. I want the message to be clear around the league. Nick Bosa now has a running mate. D-line coach extraordinaire Kris Kocurek told Matt Burrows of The Athletic that he already had some familiarity with Floyd, having met with him in Georgia Pro Day ahead of the 2016 NFL Draft. Coach Kocurek was with the Lions at the time, spent time with Floyd before and after the workout, growing to appreciate his skill set. Kocurek said this about Floyd: "I thought he was the most explosive rusher in the draft." See, these kind of things come from Kris Kocurek are serious. Kocurek knows talent and knows how to build it. Can you imagine Floyd getting with Kocurek? Because every guy who plays with Coach Kocurek, they get better, no matter who they are. He goes on to say, "As I've said in the past, anybody that's caught my eye that I really thought had the talent to play in our scheme, I keep up with them in the NFL." He's been watching Leonard the whole time, and things always circle back around. And it circled back around with him this time. I've always kept an eye on him and just really liked the way he played the game, the love, the passion, and the talent behind it. Leonard Floyd, I was watching, I still remember that when I was watching college players a little more frequently. Leonard Floyd looked like a hurricane. No, a tornado. He was like the Tasmanian devil. When the ball was snapped, Floyd was just everywhere, moving like a bullet. The quarterback was sitting there and he'd actually get whirled around like he'd been sucked down a drainage pipe. I said, who the hell is that? Leonard Floyd. I remember that. Niners, man. Y'all, that might, boy. Good Lord. He looks kind of small, though. Means nothing. Coach Kocurek finally has a chance to coach a player he admired a few seasons back. He's already been working on plans on how the 49ers defense might deploy Floyd. Kocurek explained by saying, quote, "Last year in Buffalo, he played 50-50 between a 2-point and a 3-point stance. In L.A. with the Rams, it was more of a 2-point deal. Early in his career in Chicago, he was more of a 2-point player." We'll do a little bit of both with him, unquote. Kocurek noted that when D. Ford joined the 49ers, he primarily played out of a 2-point stance. However, with the Niners, he was asked to put his hand in the ground in certain situations. That will be the case with Floyd as well. Coach Kocurek knows better than to overcoach Floyd. Coach, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, all right? You know what? Add some nuances to it that maybe he didn't know about, didn't realize or something like that, but don't change too much. Don't completely eliminate what has made Floyd so successful in the past. Leonard Floyd has recorded at least 9 sacks in his last past 4 seasons, including 2 seasons with 10.5 sacks each. I just need for him to give me 9 because some of them other clowns have been messing around on the defensive line and getting no work done. They need to, you know what? I'm looking at 40 sacks this year because I'm figuring Nick's going to get you somewhere between 15 to 20, right? And then Floyd, maybe. Floyd, if he continues, 15, 10.5, another. You got 20 sacks. Wait, 15, 20. You got 30 sacks coming, possibly. Well, okay, let's get a little more realistic. 25 sacks a minimum between Nick and Floyd, right? So now, you going to tell me the rest of those guys can't pick up 15 more sacks? Fred's going to put at least 2 or 3 in there. You figure, Mustafa. Man, how many is Mustafa going to get? This is rookie. I'm going to give him 3. I got 40 sacks, man. 40 minimum this year. Leonard Floyd has recorded at least that many. 10.5 sacks, 9. Oh, he's got to get it done. 9 sacks from the minimum is already going to put us up there. Coach goes, sometimes we'll stand him up like you saw D. Ford 19 and 20 standing up on the edge. Anytime a player is really good at something, I'd be an idiot to take it away from him and say, you can't do that. We're always known as a hand in the defense, but when you have a unique skill set that can excel from a 2-point stance, you don't want to just totally take that away from a player. And to answer the question of have the Niners grown weary or frustrated or lost the eye of the tiger after having their butts handed to them for a second Super Bowl within 5 years? No! Nick has been to both disasters with the latest defeat coming in this past February against the Chiefs. Watch me sit and witness in horror. Mrs. Bosa's baby boy is part of a trio of players who spoke during the Niners' recent state of the franchise, and I know they spoke for just about every other guy on the team, if not every guy on the team. Was asked to share his thoughts on the upcoming season. His response was, quote, "Oh, man, music to my ears." Bosa declared, "It's time to get it done." Those few words should be bolded and underlined, fam. These guys haven't given up. I kind of worried about that. And as you normally would, you were watching the guys on the sidelines, the confetti's falling down for a second time in a row. We're watching the 49ers walk off the field, with no possibility of taking place in the after ceremony. Man. So George Kittle and Brock Purdy joined Bosa at the event. Were asked the same question. GK praised the front office for keeping the roster's talented core mostly together for another season. Thank you, John. Thank you, Kyle. GK said in reference to the 49ers coming up short yet again, quote, "We didn't achieve the goal that we wanted to, just being in the building, the hunger that you feel, the mindset that you see every single day. I can't judge right now if it's any better than it was last year, but you feel this energy in April, May, June, and you know that you're going to feel that when training camp comes." Get fired up, guys. Get fired up. You're not tired. Okay, let's go. And the guys are just so ready to be on the field and playing football together, and that's what you want for a good football team, unquote. Yeah, and remembering that fail will provide the fuel necessary to prep the guys for this seemingly redemption. They didn't come off the field saying anything to be quoted throughout the rest of the season like they did the first time, which was an embarrassment. Brock also remains pumped. Everyone in our locker room is going to say this is an organization knows what it takes to go all the way and how hard it is. It's not easy, and I think last year we got a glimpse of that time in the playoff run. You've got to win. You've got to come back. You've got to come back in games. It takes what it takes, and it's not easy, but we've got the guys to do it. We're going to doing it right now, and I hope you guys believe in us. We know that you do, so we'll be ready for it. And coming back in games, this was something that a lot of critics got on Brock Purdy and the 49ers for that matter. The 49ers have to have a lead. We kind of broke that jinx last year. Did Green Bay and Detroit have us down in the first half? Yeah. So there may be something going on with the 49ers. The chemistry may have changed regarding 49ers are leading at the half. They're going to lose. Or was it a certain amount of points the 49ers have to be down by? Anyway, Detroit was just, it looked like, you watch the Avengers? Remember when Loki was sitting there talking trash to the Hulk about he's an immortal and you can't do that to me and blah, 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 blah. Hulk grabbed his ass and slammed him back and forth for a few seconds, left Loki laying there in a heap, making nothing but sounds like, see, that's what it looked like, man, because Detroit was just beating the 49ers to death. They came back and that in a way I couldn't believe. Niners kick off the 2024 season with September 9th Monday Night Football clash against the Jets, of which Leonard Floyd will get 2 sacks. I'm calling it right now. Speaking of that game, you check out Breece Hall and Brock Purdy. These dudes, man, I didn't know about this. I don't know. Did you know about this? Breece and Brock have had an in-house competition going on ever since they met each other, right? They, can you imagine your roommate or you go across the dorm or whatever and play Madden with them? They play Madden with each other, and whomever won, they wouldn't talk to each other for the rest of the day. This game's got inside battles going. Breece is coming to set a statement. Brock is too. That adds to the drama that's going to be in this game. I cannot wait. I had no idea that Breece and Brock had this kind of issue. But after repeatedly being on the doorstep, fam, of championship, including our 4 NFC championship games and 2 Super Bowls, God, man, who else says that but us? My God. Jalen, I feel you, man. I know. It's going to get better, Jay. It's going to get better. It's not a Super Bowl or bust season, though, fam. Niners remain focused and determination to overcome that final hurdle. Please, Niners, please. Don't get there and come up short. Man. So, let us begin. Fam, I want to hear about how you feel about Father's Day. if you want to, if you're a dad, kids, get you another tie and handkerchief. And also, don't forget, Leonard Floyd. What is Leonard Floyd going to do for us this year? And hey,
Oh, he's going to
I'm
be a
telling you
beast.
right now, we're going to get it done this year.
Yeah,
Matty, yes, you on the phone?
100%.
Matty, get in here, man. You know, I'm sitting here still
Bro,
playing.
I'm
I'm
so
sitting here
excited about
chilling.
Leonard Floyd.
Yeah, I think you
And,
know we picked up a couple other edge rushers in the past few years, and we had expectations, but they didn't really do much for us. But this time,
crazy.
yeah,
This time I feel it, man. Well, and I just have a feeling, he's just the energy coming from Bosa.
mm-hmm.
They're going to be a little dynamic duo.
Could be. Hey,
Pretty
Matty,
excited
you know
about that.
he's. Do you sign him? Oh, is he got a 2-year contract? Yeah, I think they did give him a 2-year.
I think so.
Yeah, let's stop with the
I think
1-year
it's like
contract.
I think it was like $24 million.
Yeah, give him two. Give him two. I want this going for a couple of seasons. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Hopefully he's everything we need him to be. I mean, obviously we don't have too long before we find out. Man, it just seems like football is steadily approaching at a fast rate. Man, I'm happy about this.
We're within 80. We're in the 80s now, right? As far as days till the season starts.
Yeah,
I think so.
I think so. What, early September?
Yeah, because it's got to be 80s. Yeah, about that 80 something. Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Start stocking up on the chips.
Yeah, buddy,
get your
everything.
favorite brew stacked up around the house. So you get up and go to the store in the middle of the game. Let's go. Man, I gotta tell you, Mel, man.
Oh,
Defense in general, man. I do worry about some of the other guys on defensive line, but how you feeling on that?
I don't know. I feel like with the coaching change up and just the additions to the defensive line, I think, dude, it's just like our defense is going to be better than it was last year. And then, I mean, if we can keep, we talk about this every week. If we can keep people healthy.
Oh, every year we talk about that.
Let's say Ronbo, let's say we stay 90+% healthy with all the people that we really are critical, the people we really need, man. Like who's really going to stand in our way?
Yeah,
like we kind of stumbled and fumbled into the playoffs, and still made it out. It shows you the kind of depth we had
and character building. Man, we saw something in the playoffs, and the 49ers might have folded a couple of years ago. That onslaught that Detroit brought in, the Packers are just relentless. I mean, that might have been a loss.
I thought we were going to lose the Packers game.
I did too. And they just got through beating up the Cowboys, so it was already in my back of my mind. The Cowboys are butt cheeks, but still, the Packers beat them up like that. Wow.
Dude, we're going to beat them up again when they come to our house this year.
Yeah.
We're going to beat them up again.
I'm going to feel a lot better if we do. I need that because they're worrisome.
I don't see any other way around it.
Doesn't Jordan Love get paid here before the season starts? Are they trying to pay him before the season starts?
I honestly haven't even caught up on that. I don't know about that one. I wouldn't doubt it though. How long has he been in the league now?
Yeah, you know what? It has to be. Brock's been around he came a year or two before Brock. Yeah, he must be looking forward to be signed now.
He was behind Rodgers, I think, at least 2 years.
Yeah. And and he's been out there for 2 years so far since he came back. Yeah, they got to sign him.
He's like, a 4-year guy now?
Oh, man. What is he? Look at the money, Matty. Okay, I don't want to cry about the Brock's payment. But Jordan Love's going to, I don't know if he has a right to ask for the same amount of money as was given. No, he does, actually, because Trevor Lawrence got overpaid.
Yeah, he does.
So if I'm Jordan Love, I'm coming, look, I made it to the playoffs, and how am I going to get less money than Trevor? Because I can see these guys whining about this kind of thing. And they got a right to, if they're going to set that standard that way.
Well, dude, what you do is you take less money on paper, but you make just a huge chunk of it guaranteed.
Mm-hmm. These guys, it's aesthetics with these guys, I think. They're that silly sometimes. I think they want that APY. So I want to walk around and tell people that I got $70 million a year. Yeah, but how much guarantee you getting? 20? Yeah, okay, so what is that worth? You know,
10,
Dumbass.
10 at the end of the year after they tax you and rape you, and
Right?
they get you good.
So, you know,
Just
but yeah, the enthusiasm's still there, Matty. The 49ers have not let down in their quest for the 6. You can tell the embarrassment, if anything else, is going to fuel them. That has to resonate in their head as, what the hell did we do? Oh, we got to try. I got to get up for this next year.
well, we got Kansas City coming to our house, don't we? This season.
Well, I think so. I know we play them. I'm not sure if it's home or away.
I'm pretty sure it's at our house.
Yeah, that's
I'm pretty sure it's at our house.
They came to our house last time and ran us out of it, wasn't it? I think that
Yes.
was Levi's. Yeah, Chris
It
McCaffrey's
was
first
like,
game.
It was like it was, I think. And it was like a game or two before Brock Purdy had to come in.
Yeah, and on to Miami. Yeah,
We got to, and we've also got to make sure that Kansas City doesn't go 3 in a row.
oh yeah. If we're the only thing between Kansas City running this dynasty to 2 in a row and having won four. Do you know
4.
they'd be right behind? Oh, Matty, I didn't think they'd be one Super Bowl behind the 49ers
Yeah, dude,
within
they'll have
this
5
short
like
amount
us.
of time. Ooh. And we helped them? Oh, no. 3 of those Super Bowls
Yeah.
with the 49ers?
Yeah.
Oh, what is the irony? Oh, God.
See? I'm telling you, man. You can't have any of that crap.
Joe Montana would be pissed.
Super pissed, dude.
I won 4 Super Bowls on
we
my
need
own.
to
They
get
gave
this.
4
We
back
need to get this number 6 under our belt and just kind of close the gap a little bit,
Now, exactly.
or extend the gap, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, we got to get the Chiefs got to feel the bite of the 49ers. We got to be 1-2 with that team, and hopefully there'll be a time we can even it up. This has just got to stop. Man, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna see you
We were
later
the
on.
better team.
Huh? We were the better team, yeah.
We were the better team in the Super Bowl.
I mean, from top to bottom, roster-wise, except for maybe the quarterback position, you got to give Patrick his props. But after that, no, we're every bit as good as they were, and better. But see, that's what champions
Anyway,
do,
I know
Matty.
you got to go, Rombo.
I'll see you later on in the week, Matty.
2 questions for you.
Go
Out
ahead.
of all the people that we played this coming season, who do you fear the most? Who do you think's gonna? Because I mean, there's a lot of high-powered teams. I think we're gonna. I mean, I don't think we're gonna have a huge. I don't know, man.
Number one, the
looking at
Chiefs, because
the
they're
game.
not the Chiefs. Number one, they're not going to be as weak as they were
Yeah.
last year. They made some adjustments, and also the Packers. I don't like.
I was just gonna say that. That was on my mind.
Yeah.
Packers are gonna get a little more scary, I think.
Yeah, because maturity is going to make them a little tougher. And now they have the confidence. They're not going to be starstruck when they play the 49ers. They're going to bring it to us.
I think they're going to be better than they were when they had Rodgers. I think they leveled up. I think they're going to be more of a team to watch out for.
Agreed.
Kind of like the Texans.
Woo! Matty. All right, fam.
Buddy.
See you a little later in the week. All right.
Oh, hey, that's one thing I wanted to ask you. I'm sorry, dude. I keep delaying. Did you like delete people in the chat? I don't see any trolls.
No, they haven't done anything to offend. They may be taking a day off, or they'll be in later.
I don't see any of them.
Good. We don't need them.
Anyway, buddy, I don't want to take any more of your time.
All right, man.
Have a good night, brother.
You too, fam.
What night are you going to be in?
I think it's going to be Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
catch you
hoping
Wednesday, brother.
All right. Night, Matty.
Night, buddy.
Night. There he goes. Hey, Aaron.
Ronbo.
Aaron, you got Leonard Floyd on the side. We do appreciate that a little more than we are. I mean, I know I have been, but because we've had a few guys that came in here, we thought we got all excited about as far as getting on that edge. Drafting Drake. We got the guy from the Rams. We got a guy from the Raiders. We've gotten all kind of guys that have been in the 49ers. And Kocurek worked him up. And by the way, Aaron, if Kocurek can't make you into a stud, it's probably not possible. So, Leonard Floyd's already that. Can he add to what Leonard already does? So, you're feeding on Leonard Floyd and the whole defensive line and how they're going to be affected by two prime time edge rushers. It makes life easier for them, too.
Yeah, I think that Nick Bosa is going to go back to his Defensive Player of the Year campaign.
Could be
I think he'll have at least 18 sacks.
Whoa. All right.
Because last year he was, kind of off since signing his contract. So.
And Steve Wilkes, remember Steve Wilkes' system, it jolted a few guys in the wrong direction. Nick was one of them.
Yeah. Nick didn't really like Steve Wilkes' style of defense, so.
Honestly, they just didn't speak on it. But I think all of them had a problem with it. Maybe the defensive backs may have appreciated what they learned from Wilkes, but Fred forward, I don't know. Of course, it didn't really bother Fred and Dre so much.
Yeah.
But and anytime you defensive backs are playing off the receivers too far, it makes life easier for the quarterback because now he can get rid of the ball a little faster than he ordinarily would. That number one was probably the biggest issue for Nick.
Yeah, that's probably what it was last year. But yeah, I think Leonard Floyd is a huge signing for us because he's been very consistent. Like he had 10 sacks each year. So
nine. He hasn't missed 9 and had a couple years with 10.5 sacks.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, I'm very excited to see Floyd, and yeah, I think the other player I want to see is Khalil Davis.
Khalil. Yeah, because
yeah,
the run game, we're talking about the edge. That's our biggest problem. They want Khalil Davis. They're hoping he's like a DJ Jones. That's asking a little too much, I think. Malik, he's a big body, moves very well, but I don't know that I don't think we have a DJ Jones amongst these guys. The big kid we just bought in free agency, gave him $285,000, I think, guaranteed. Can't expect a lot from him yet. We could be surprised, but that run's got to stop.
Yeah, I think also we brought in the defensive tackle from Cleveland, Jordan Elliott.
I forgot all about him. Well, he's going to be a rotational piece. Cleveland fans said they were not bothered that he left. He might, Kocurek's working with him. Anytime Kris is working with somebody, there's going to be a margin of improvement. I would think.
But yeah, and also it's make or break season for Drake Jackson.
Yeah, Drake's under a lot of pressure. Ooh, 2nd round pick, Drake. And you were sitting there all pissed off because you didn't get picked up in the 1st round. Remember how the camera shot on him? And the 49ers select Drake Jackson, USC, defensive. And Drake's sitting there looking like, why'd y'all wait so long? I'm Drake Jackson. And so, and it hasn't panned out yet, Drake. All right, we'll find out. The 2nd round might have been a little high. Maybe should have waited till 3rd.
Yeah, but I think if he had this like a season, well, if he has this season coming up, maybe 8 sacks, then
I'd be glad if Drake.
That would be huge.
Yeah, especially the amount of time he's going to get on the field, because Floyd's got to get those snaps when it's pretty much a passing situation first. I don't know where they're going to rotate Drake in. We got the guy we got from the Panthers. I understand he's He's pretty good. I don't know if Drake can beat him out or not. I don't know. That competition is going to be crazy, Aaron. That is going to be insane. Somebody's going to get cut.
Yeah,
Maybe more than one somebody.
yeah. But yeah, I think the guy for the Panthers, is it Uter Growth
Uter.
Matos?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, that's him. You know who I'm talking about. Yeah.
I think he'll play, that Charles Omenihu role or the
Yeah.
Arden Key role. So
See. Yeah. Inside
We'll
or
see.
can he play inside or outside? Yeah. Because
yeah, he
Key
can play
and
inside.
both of them could play inside or outside. Yeah, you're probably right. Especially if they judge the offensive line of the opposing team not being that quick. Because this is where you get those kind of guys that are quick like that, can take advantage of that. So we'll see.
So yeah, I think Kris Kocurek going to do his magic.
Yeah.
So
We can figure it
but
out.
yeah, I saw the report from Jeremy Fowler that the 49ers and Brandon Aiyuk are far away from a contract extension.
I mean, way far away. There's going to be nothing. Nothing. I mean,
they got like 6 weeks to figure it out.
not going to happen. Not going to happen.
Uh,
Yeah, we'll see. We could be
know,
wrong though. So but we don't have to roll now though. See you. I'm thinking Wednesday.
all right, Ronbo.
All right. All right, then. Have a great night, huh?
Have a good night.
Thanks, sir.
You too.
Uh,
All right, fam.
all right, man. We leap over to Jack and see what he's got to say. Hey, Jack.
Back flipping, B tripping, Drake Jackson, man, he's slipping. I told y'all not to get his ass, man. I told him.
Did you know Drake
But,
Jackson was
it is what it
being
is.
overrated? Yeah.
Well, I told you to get George Pickens that year, didn't I? And during the draft.
I do remember
If
George
you
Pickens. I
remember.
know Drake Jackson.
So yeah.
Jack, are you done with it? I don't want if you're not SEC
I'm done.
or another. Don't get anything out of. Man, every
I'm
time
done,
we get a
buddy. I'm done.
UCLA, SC, Stanford. I mean, don't do it.
Because they're calling, guys like Yator Gross Matos, Leonard Floyd in because they could do what Drake cannot do. And I see actually Yator Gross Matos getting in like sometimes depending on who we play the first and second downs, and then Floyd comes in on third down because how good he is against the run.
Mm-hmm.
And Malik Collins sprinkle him in with the way he's looking. I don't know if you've seen that.
I seen that film.
Lombardi's highlight of him.
I saw
that
it.
workout. Oh man, this is what we've been.
Guy looks like a brute.
Yeah, this is what we've been missing. So against the run, because Eric Armstead's been slipping, right? Since we lost DJ Jones, if you notice, against the run, but with injuries a factor as well. I mean, it could be a lot of things. But Malik Collins, guys, is, in my opinion, is a type of body we've been missing. And the fact that he got the inside scoop off of D'Amico Ryans, who's a brother of Kyle's, I think he, and he played against the Ravens in the playoffs, is the type of body we needed, Robert.
And he knows the system. Yeah, pretty much. Same kind of thing. So where does Drake fit? That's what I'm saying. Where does Drake fit in? Drake could get cut. Or
Drake,
you know what happened? They'll put him on the IR.
I'll tell you where Drake fits in. No. Drake fits in far, far away on Buffalo Bills' practice squad. Man, get his ass the farthest away from San Francisco. Most disappointing draft, I think.
But Jack, not the refrigerator. I wouldn't wish anybody to have to go to Buffalo. Weather's just too ridiculous cold. You might as well go to Siberia or Alaska. Some remote place up in Canada where there's just no people living except for people who've learned how to survive in those kind of conditions. God, Buffalo! Whoa!
And then the pick after that was, as you know, Danny Gray, who I'm hoping takes off like a rocket ship So let's see, because you can't teach
literally.
speed. But going back to the D line, I mean, they're calling Jordan Elliott the riskiest move. I don't see why that's the riskiest move, Rumble. They're saying, oh, well, that plays in because we lost Armstead. But I think Jordan Elliott got talent, man. He might shock some, raise some eyebrows, you know what I'm saying? You know,
He was one of the
drop
first
some
guys we
jaws.
went after, too, huh? As soon as the season ended. Because the Cleveland
Yeah.
Browns couldn't get rid of him fast enough.
Yeah,
Jack, I do worry when a team gets rid of a player that quickly. As soon as they were able to, they got rid of Elliott. How come?
Man, it could have been inside issues. It could have been a lot of things. It could have been, you know, the front office and him weren't on the same page, contract-wise. Lot of
That's a good
different
point.
things. You know, we'll find out eventually. But also, Kalia Davis, my guy, he better show me something this year. He got to show us something with his chicken legs, because, you know, he was a linebacker.
I know, right?
He doesn't have that thickness down south. So we got
got a weight room?
He got to, you know, he got to show us. Yeah. But another reason that going back to why Drake Jackson won't make it is because a guy like Robert Beal Jr.
Oh, there's another name. Yeah. Beal's been looking good, too. You know, it's a little early, no pads on yet, but Beal looked good in OTAs from what they're saying. And no one said anything about Drake looking good in OTAs. So, you know, you just measure those against each other. And, I mean, how come? Drake should have been standing out like last year when Brian Aiyuk and CMC came into camp. Everybody's running around, came in there busting ass like we're in the middle of mandatory mini camp, right? And I'm saying, no, man, that's how you do when you've got leadership qualities. If you're a stud, you never stop being a stud. Why is everybody surprised? You know? So I didn't hear that about Drake, so I'm, you know, I don't know.
And unless Kalia Davis does something, shows us something, or Shanahan something, then he is not going to beat out a guy like Kevin Gibbons. I mean, because Kevin Gibbons has been there. He's showing some flashes, and he's dependable. So I mean, in that sense, I mean, yeah. So that's the D line, folks. But yeah, we needed a guy like Malik Collins, man, and he is looking like he wants to do something nasty this year. After that workout video, he looks like he wants to show the world, like, okay, this is what I'm. And I think being right next to Javon Hargrave, Ronbo, is only going to help his pass rush skills, you know, to the next level. And maybe even light something under Hargrave as far as the run stopping goes. So they could help each other, because one's better at pass rush, one's better against the run. And, I mean, when you're right next to each other every day, I mean, you're going to learn some things from each other. And another thing I like before I go is the fact that this is Nick Bosa's team. So before it was Eric Armstead, he was the longest tenure, but now Nick Bosa is there. This is his time to show everybody, take everybody under his wing, and take over the goddamn game.
Yeah, he's a senior. He's a senior out there now, isn't he? Come to think of it, yeah, he is the senior.
But but actually a head scratcher, man. You know a guy I feel bad for is Patrick Taylor. Why the hell did we get Patrick Taylor, Ronbo, from the Packers? I think it was the Packers.
Oh yeah, because I forgot all about him.
You're going to draft a guy like Isaac Gorendo. I feel bad for Patrick Taylor, because the best he's going to do is probably be able to just suit up and boot up.
Well, there's only so many guys who go to the practice squad, and I don't think he's going to make the 53 because of the competition involved. These guys, well, you know what? We're going to see a real instinct surface during these next, when they get back into camp. The 49ers are not going to ignore that. If you come in, unlike Snead, Willie Snead, yeah, they got favoritisms over there, man. Cabo click, man, I didn't have a chance. Willie, shut the bleep up, man. You got beat out, okay? That's all there is to it. But, you know, we'll find out.
No, you got knocked out like Javonte Tank Davis just knocked out Frank Martin.
I know that was nobody seen that coming. not that quick either. Anyway, Jack.
All right, Ronbo. All right, just waking up now. Good to hear your voice, and I'm gonna chime in.
All right, looking forward. And be back middle of the week. Wednesday's probably going to be it. All right, Jack.
Sounds good, brother. Sounds good.
All right, fam.
I'm gone.
All right, Jack. It was a good day, Jack. Jack's just getting started. All right. Hey, Brian, as the law rides in.
49ers ready to go. Rocking the Niners till I'm dead and cold. Rolling with the Niners all the way from the Mid-South because the law on Father's Day says know your role and shut your mouth. What's up, Ronbo? Happy Father's Day to you.
Thank you, and happy Father's Day to you, too. Fam,
Yes, sir.
I'm sitting here, and I'm finding ways to get all excited about the 49ers because, we're coming off of a traumatic experience with the 49ers doing to us what they've done for the second time in a row. Well, it comes down third, actually, because when you go back to Harbaugh and Kyle, can't say his name anymore. His feet. Anyway, 3 Super Bowls, and we can't lose a fourth one, fam. We ain't 5-4 does not look pretty, and ain't nobody impressed with losing that many Super Bowls. Because I used to tease other people, man. Look, one thing about the 49ers, man, we ain't got no losses, man. I mean, Joe Montana, we get there, we get it done. That was a long time ago. Remember that? And then all of a sudden, see. So I can't pick on Pittsburgh fans. I can't pick on Tom Brady's people. Raiders are starting to say, y'all, shut up. So here we are. We're looking at this defensive line. I'm looking at Leonard Floyd on the other side of Nick Bosa. I think we may have. And in spite of what people are saying about the 49ers not probably being as good this year defensive line as last year, I don't know. Man, what are you thinking about that? Because Leonard Floyd is going to make a big difference on that other side, unlike anybody else you brought in to play that edge. And then you look at some of the other guys who got in, maybe not be injured so easily.
I'd say when we picked up Leonard Floyd, he paid us, earlier, about a couple of weeks ago, he paid the 49ers a great comment saying that we playing the Niners play grown man football. And he brings experience, of course. He brings experience. He brings production. And I think he'll be a good running mate with Nick Bosa. Somebody's going to take that tackle upfield.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll, barring that, he stays healthy.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, if he just gives us, 10 and a half, if he gives us 10 and a half, and Nick gives us 10, 10 and a half,
I need 15 minimum from Nick because we're back to playing. Nick was not happy with the system as it was last year. We're getting back to the system he enjoys playing in. So, I need 15 from Nick as a minimum and 10 from Floyd.
Yeah.
That's 25. The rest of them guys to be able to scrap together another 15. I need 40 sacks this year. That's all I can accept. Got to have it.
Yeah. Yeah, if we're not I think with the makeshift of the D-line, whatever, if we do not have at least 40 sacks, 40 plus sacks, we're messing up. We're not messing up bad. But hey, speaking of Nick Bosa, did you know he was ranked like 18th as one of the top paid players in the league?
At 18 for salary? I didn't know that though. I didn't pay that much attention. I didn't know that. Yeah, Nick's like 18th, and of course, number one, is what's his name from Jacksonville, the quarterback. Yeah, for now.
For now, yeah.
And then you look at Jefferson. So players are getting paid outside of quarterback now, and it's starting to be a thing. Jefferson's the highest paid player, not a quarterback. Nick was the highest paid player, not a quarterback as far as defenders go. I mean, it's the way it is. That's where the league's moving, which is making it really difficult to build a team going forward. I'm worried about this for the fact that they're going to have to go back, legislate a little further, and maybe they were talking about not counting the quarterback salary against the cap. Maybe a minimum amount, right? Everybody should have to pay a percentage, not the full impact on the cap, because you're only going to lessen the equality of the game. Can you imagine? I've got a team out there, the quarterbacks out there, another 2-3 years, $80 million quarterback annual. Yeah. What's the cap? The cap is whatever. And you look around, who's that playing with them? Nobody knows. They picked up some of those kids from high school. I said, you know what? Can't they see this is destructive to the league? Stop it. Or else expand that cap to an unbelievable number. Do something. But don't let the quality of the teams fall down. Brandon Aiyuk.
Yeah. And Brandon Aiyuk, I see that's a ongoing saga. I think if he ever agreed to any terms, whatever like that, that'll be a new holiday. we'll be forget about Juneteenth.
I mean, I look at what he's doing. See, because Brian, you and I, we think you give me $20 million. I say, I'm fine. I'm crying about 8 more. And now in this case, Brandon, 20. I'm gonna give you 25, Brandon. No, y'all. I'm not signing nothing, man, until you give me $28 to $30 million.
Yeah.
Oh, Brent, you're gonna. What do you feel? You're gonna be kind of poor.
Because he's not gonna. Because I'm gonna tell you now, he's not gonna get Jefferson. What's his name? Jefferson in Minnesota. He's not gonna get that. He's not gonna get that contract.
I think they made that clear.
Get those numbers.
I'm pretty sure they made that clear too.
Yeah.
He knows better.
He don't even have the. He don't even have the targets. He don't really have the targets to even justify him getting that.
Right? We don't play that kind of football. Jefferson carries that team. You're not carrying this team by yourself. You're a part of.
And then they're going to be different. And then they're going to be different since Cousins is
gone.
So Cousins is not going to be there. He's gone. So now that's and Ronbo, that's an X factor. So now who's going to give him the ball.
You got that man, that number 3 overall pick over there. Yeah, the one we got rid of last year. We paid Sam. We paid him $10 million, right?
Who was that?
Last year our backup. Sam, what's his last name? Sam. Anyway, he was our backup. Darnold. Yeah, Darnold was our backup last year, right? So Darnold goes over to Minnie, and Minnie said, "Oh, hey, we're going to give you this." I said, "Really? All right, I'm here." And then they went and drafted another quarterback. But Darnold, I think Jefferson will make him look better. A lot of times, a great receiver. Look at Devontae. I didn't know how good or bad Aaron Rodgers was because I didn't pay. I can't remember before Devontae came. Well, he had a couple of guys though. The guy they got rid of.
Yeah.
The blonde guy that pissed him off when Aaron said he saw him goodbye. But Devontae Adams made Aaron even better than he was. Devontae is amazing. So. And Brock Purdy's good for us too. I mean, not Brock, but I mean, Brandon Aiyuk's good for Brock though. I do want him back. Make no mistake. I do not want Brandon Aiyuk gone. Like some people say, we'll be fine. I don't hear about how fine we'll be. They were fine last year, and they could be better this year. So,
Ronbo, what they gonna do? What you think? How do you think they're gonna manage George Mason? Is he gonna?
I feel sorry for him. I don't know.
How you think they're gonna? They're gonna disrespect him this year, or they gonna?
Gorindo is not getting cut, and he needs to stay anyway.
No, they're not cutting. No, they're not cutting him.
CMC's not part of the conversation. Now, who's going to be I suspect they'll keep 4 running backs.
Yep, that'll be 4, right?
Yeah. Also, Elijah Mitchell's not going anywhere. That's 3. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't know. I understand there's a couple other guys in camp as well. You got the guy that everybody's talking about as being legendary, Cody Schrader. This is the thing where I don't know what they're going to do. It's kind of strange. Oh wow, time ran out that quick. Fam, that time ran out. Okay, we're gonna Brian. Let me see you. Let me see you midweek. All right.
All right, Brother Ronbo. Shout out to you. Shout out to the faithful. Shout out to production. And the law is out.
Yes.
Oh, shout out to my man Jalen. Jalen, keep the faith, baby. Keep the faith.
I know we all feel sorry for Jalen. Like he's everybody's little brother and son. Boy, he says he feels so bad for him. I wanted for him this year. I mean, before I wanted for me. Poor Jalen. All right.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, I remember him. Remember last week he said that he's seen 3 Super Bowls and they've all in losses. So he's not like me, who was a guy that's older and who's seen the glory days of the 80s. So he missed that.
It's so bad. So anyway, we'll get it.
I feel for him.
I do too. All right,
yeah.
All right, fam. I'll see you Wednesday.
All right, Ronbo. All right, Lay.
Hey, yo, Eric.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Eric, doing fine, Eric. You know, we're sitting there contemplating our defensive line. As we've given up on our offensive line, we know they're going to get their brains beat out, except for the left side. As you know, there's two sides that teams know about in football. They don't need it. Why go through that brick wall when you can go through that paper wall on the other side?
Yeah.
God, anyway, we're looking at the defensive line
Okay.
and feeling good about that. And, I remember when, what's that defensive edge that's been, the defensive lineman that's been to every team in the league? You guys had him in 2019, 2017, 2018. Yeah, I see. I'm looking at Leonard Floyd, and finally, you feel like, 'cause when you got Jadeveon Clowney, what did you think that year?
Well, I mean, that was a very good defensive front.
Yeah,
So I
you had
was really
you had all
happy
kind of
about
faith
that.
as the season started. When you guys got Jadeveon Clowney, I was a little worried too.
Yeah.
So now, and Jadeveon had been around for a while, and Jadeveon Clowney's still running around saying, "I'm not getting paid enough money for my skills," and Jadeveon hasn't done anything really immaculate for his entire career, but except for get hurt, right? So I got Leonard Floyd coming in. Leonard Floyd's got a very consistent record, and I don't understand why nobody else has actually signed him long term. He was in Buffalo, and Buffalo saw fit to let him go. The Rams saw fit. Well, the Rams. Eric, we can laugh about this together. The Rams didn't have any money. They couldn't pay him. Go Rams, go Rams. They don't know how to manage an organization. They really don't. I mean, granted, Kroenke or whatever his name is, one of the most successful businessmen in America.
Yeah, I don't know how in the world he doesn't have money for that.
Well, the thing is, he owns other franchises and things like that. He leaves his football team to management, right? And am I right? Who's the owner? It's not Kroenke's the GM. Who's the owner? Anyway, he's a big time guy, right? And as much as we joke about who built that stadium, the Rams owners who built that stadium. So actually, the Chargers are paying him rent.
Yeah.
But they put all their chips in the middle of the table, and it worked. Unfortunately, they went through us to get there, but the Rams put all their chips in the middle of the table and didn't care what would happen later. They just wanted to make sure they win that Super Bowl right now. They had the who's who of every position out there in football, and of course, that expired at the end of the year. Everybody left, and they're back to square one. I don't know, Eric. Do you think you can't argue the fact whether it was a successful plan, but would you do that if you owned a team?
Would I do what, man?
Put every last dollar available. Get rid of all your draft picks. Go get the players that it takes. Eric, I could assemble that kind of a team. I'm not. Yeah. I'm getting rid of all my draft picks. I'm not going to have. I'm going to have a deficit. I may even have to pay some portion of luxury tax. I mean, but you win. This is in order to win the Super Bowl. This is the ultimate prize, right? So I'm going to spend all my money. I'm going to get rid of all my draft picks, and I'm going to get this team, assemble it, and I'm going to get there and get it done. You run the risk if you fail, like they should have. The 49ers had no business losing that game, but they did, and the Rams got past them. They got to the Super Bowl. They waited for Burrows and his bad leg to come in, and they beat them, and they got their trophy. They haven't stopped talking about it since. But now they're having to go back and like everybody else, build a team. So.
Yeah.
And as I say, would you do that?
Well, I don't think I would actually, but maybe.
I was really jealous when they first started assembling that team. They had defensively, they had just they could bludgeon a team to death. And then they started building that offense, and they just had, and when they got Stafford with the big piece, right? as many picks as he does throw, he's a rifleman, man. The guy's a gunslinger, and so Cooper Kupp, good run game. I hate him so bad, and they finally got it done, but we were still kicking their ass. They just got away that one time. Damn it. It was a team built the right way, like the 49ers, versus a team like the Rams, who have gambled and assembled this Avengers assembly just to come out and destroy the 49ers. Everybody else had gotten in their way. And God dang it worked.
Yeah. Yeah. It can work.
Anyway, you got any players you're excited about coming in on your defensive line this year?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think mostly the first round would be definitely somebody to keep an eye on.
First round picks?
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are always exciting.
Yeah. And I mean, and I hope that the whole thing with BA works out, but right now, what is going on?
Did you say BA? No, that's
yeah.
I'm starting to believe like a lot of other people do, but because the thing is, the 49ers have taken us through this drama ever since our first star reached the year when he has to be re-signed. Right, rookie contracts ends, and it only went smoothly once. Fred Warner, they kind of signed him kind of quickly by the 49ers standards. So what we're seeing now, it may actually be a little different. Brandon Aiyuk, at least they were talking a little bit with everybody all during the course. They completely shut that whole thing down right now. They're not even talking. And this before mandatory minicamp starts, you would think the 49ers would be serious about trying to sign him. What I'm worried about, Eric, is they think that Ricky Pearsall will be able to completely fill that void. I wish they wouldn't think that way.
No. No. Because you got to be smart, too.
Yeah, I need a polished guy out there.
Smart.
Yeah, I need a guy out there that's polished, knows exactly what he's doing, doesn't have to learn anything, already went through lumps and bumps, polished, ready to go. I don't need any learning curve to be witnessed or watched or observed. I need Brandon Aiyuk to stop it. Take 28. You're a part of a machine. You're not the machine. Let's settle, calm down.
Yeah, I mean, because it's, and I tell you, I think probably when they drafted Pearsall in the first round, that pissed him off even more, probably.
Well, the guy that should be pissed off is probably Debo. I don't think they had any bad intentions toward Brandon Aiyuk in the first place. If he's confused about that, I'm hoping he's not. Debo's probably going to be the odd man out. Now, you get a lot of argument about that from a lot of fans, but I think Debo's the guy they're going to let go. Anyway.
Yeah.
Eric, look, our time ran out. We're having fun. Time always runs out. Eric, I tell you, I'll listen to you next time and be quiet. I'm venting tonight more than I should be. I'll see you Wednesday, okay? Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem, buddy. I know sometimes you just gotta vent.
Yeah, I do it all too often. But anyway, I'll see you Wednesday.
Bye-bye.
All right. Night, Eric. Eric, a good guy from Seattle fan, Hey, Lorenzo!
What's going on, Rambo?
Lorenzo, man, I'm sitting up here like trying to feel good about something because Lorenzo, I don't like to talk about and think about things that bother me, and the offensive line bothers me, right? So I'm thinking like, let's look at the defensive line for a minute. I got Leonard Floyd over there on the side of Nick Bosa. I got some guys I don't know nothing about in the middle, but you know what? As long as my edges are looking tough and these guys, the 49ers, I'm going to trust them. Whoever they brought in to play that middle of the field, even that kid from Wisconsin. No. What's that big boy from, Evan Anderson. I understand he moves pretty good for a big man, Lorenzo. I'm gonna put him at the nose. He's gonna be fine. He'll stop that run, and we're going back to the Super Bowl. Have I lost my mind?
Yeah, I think we're all right.
Yeah.
Well, Leonard Floyd didn't play 20 games last year, so he's probably pretty fresh.
Yeah. How many games? Yeah, right. He was in Buffalo, where they were getting excused a little early.
Yeah. So they got some guys in there with some fresh legs.
Lots, actually. Damn near all of them. I just realized you're right. Nobody over there. Hey, that's right. Only Nick on our line, and a couple other guys. They got some fresh bodies.
They've got like 9 less games in the past 3 seasons.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a badass team.
Yeah.
I'm pretty excited. I'm not going to feel negative until proven otherwise.
And you shouldn't, man. Being a 49er fan is a privilege, man. You're fun. You hating, getting mad. What for?
Whining and talking about if we woulda, coulda, fuck them Cowboys. Don't run that subject.
By the way, Leonard hates the Cowboys like nobody else. I thought I hated the Cowboys. I think maybe 4 or 5 of us hate combined does not equal Lorenzo. Lorenzo has to deal. Lorenzo, New Mexico.
Yeah.
You got them Cowboys running around there. Leonard, Lorenzo, you walk out the house with that red cap on, but they must give you all kind of grief.
Because probably if you had a better fucking team, for damn sure, I'm just telling you. Yeah, the Cowboys, I don't cut up any slack around here. No, hell no.
I've had problems with them ever since they first dubbed them America's team. That was a long time ago, right? I was a little kid. I said, how come they get to call? Why do they call them America's team?
Yeah, fuck them guys. But yeah, I feel pretty excited about our team, because we kind of basically have the same offensive line as last year, right? I mean, yeah, they're not the best in the league, but I mean, we did have the highest scoring offense,
Yeah, see, I can't deny that. Yeah, that's true.
You can't argue with the point, that's what it is,
Yeah. Maybe McKivitz got better.
Yeah, maybe one of the new guys will take over, and make the whole line better, But if everybody's healthy, and they did it last year, with that group, I don't see why they can't again, and even more weapons, And Aiyuk, I think he'll sign, but I don't see him getting sloppy though. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that's going to let himself get out of shape.
Yeah, no. But there's nothing like in-house training. I don't know who he's working with. I mean, he can find a quarterback. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because Debo looked like
I think we'll be all right.
When he came back after
we'll be all right. We've got everybody locked up for at least another couple of years, right? And then
we got a lot of contracts that got to be renewed next year, but other than Brock, I don't.
No, 2 years. I think we got not
the guys
this
who
year,
picked
but
up
next after. After the 25 season.
Yeah, the 49ers finally realized to sign people for 2-year contracts. Stop beginning these 1-year contracts and make it impossible to re-sign people next year. So,
and one or two of these rookies have got to shine. I mean, there's just too much raw talent to not one of them not shine. I
know, right? And some really look sharp too. Rookies get hurt though, Lorenzo. You notice that? Mustafa looks like he's really built to endure. I'm not going to worry about him.
Yeah.
I see the other cornerback, Renardo. I can see him getting hurt. The wide receiver, Ricky,
but we're solid. We're solid again this year. Again. Yeah, fuck everybody else, Fucking whining, we got a tough schedule. Fuck them,
the people on the schedule got it tough.
What you think you're talking to, Come on. Until proven otherwise, Yeah, you haven't done it. No, we've been in fucking, we've been there the past 4 years, so fuck everybody about
5, actually. That year that year we got put out, we were just a couple of weeks before the season over, eliminated. 49ers have been tough.
Yeah, every year it's like a kick in the nuts, but you got to get over it. Hey, it's this year, You whining about that girl that left me back in junior high, you know? About that.
Oh, that would be sad. That's a man that really does need therapy.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, this year's girlfriend, you know? Yeah.
So, you know. And the 49ers are fired up. You talk about guys haven't played many games. 49ers are fired up for this year. They're fueled by that misery from last year.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. There's a different culture. That's for damn sure, you know?
Yeah.
These guys, I like being a Niner fan, you know? I'm not going to ever be bitching about my team winning all these games, you know?
It's just all about the Super Bowl. You get measured by your Super Bowl. That's why when Rams fans sometimes, no, we had championships way back before you guys did. What? What do you mean championships? Championships. That's not that Super Bowl? No. A championship. Then we division. Oh, man, give it. You're reaching. No, the Rams are not in the same sentence with the 49ers as far as achievement goes. Stop it. You know? So I love to tell them about that. Super Bowl's a whole different monster, man. 2 divisions, 1 game. Loser goes home. That's
yeah, it's a kick in the nuts every year for sure, though. You know, I mean, but you know, what are you gonna do? You know,
I know
we got this year, but I think we got a strong squad again. But I think our coaching staff is where, you know, as much as people cry and bitch about Kyle, we've got a good coaching staff. You know,
man, Kyle gets all a little bit. It is a good coaching
goddamn, we got every one of them fucking Super Bowls, though. You know, just some freak shit. You know, God, you fucking muff, fucking punts, and
can't finish.
Oh.
Can't finish.
Who's that one guy way back with 2012 where that guy that dropped it right there twice? Who the fuck was that? Yeah,
Kyle Williams and his feet.
That guy.
Yeah, Kyle. I always wondered what I'd say to Kyle Williams if I seen him on the street.
Catch
Kyle,
the damn ball. That's all you had to do. You know, that's it. Yeah, it's painful. I'll tell you what. But goddamn, it sure is fun getting there, isn't it? Every year.
That's true. It's exciting. But, you know, it's such a letdown when you get to the end, because I was all pumped up. I just knew we had the best team in football last year.
Yeah.
And went in there.
My only response to people is, hey, look, you know, I got to talk shit for at overtime longer than everybody else, so fuck you all. And the Super Bowl.
And we'll be back. We're not done. I see Wednesday, all right?
All right. Hey, you guys have a good night.
You too.
Bang, bang.
Later. Hey, happy Father's Day too, Lorenzo. It's our time.
You too.
Night, fam. Is Papa Dragon on the warpath? He's outside holding.
No, I'm not on the warpath.
Oh.
I'm not on the warpath.
Bob, come on in, man. I heard you beating the drum.
No, it wasn't me, man. That's Bam Bam playing drums. I'm just here listening to her performance in the studio the other day.
All right. Hey, Bam, she plays drums?
She plays drums and Boom plays guitar, bass, and sings.
Whoa.
Bam Bam plays piano and drums.
Wow. You got a diverse talent there, huh? They can do more than one instrument, and we're talking to singing too. Look at you, Pop. Hey,
go ahead.
No, I'm just. Are you in there? You're not in there doing a Joe Jackson and putting pressure on them or anything. They're just comfortable and everything, right?
No, not at all. Not at all. That's not how I work, man. I basically the fine art of parenting is getting your kids to choose. Mm-hmm. So if they want A, they have to do B. Otherwise, you can't do goals. A. So I told them if they want their own YouTube channel, I said you just not gonna show up and just do nothing. I said you need to learn how to play a musical instrument or something.
There you go.
And
inspire.
2 years later, they're costing me a whole lot of money, right?
Because they called your bluff on that, didn't you? You thought they wouldn't get it done.
A lot of money, Ronbo. It cost me a lot of money, Ronbo. They've gotten a little bit more expensive, Ronbo.
Happy Father's Day. Yes, indeed.
Oh no, absolutely,
but the dividends could be great.
Hey,
let's see how far they go.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what happens when they launch their channel.
Mm-hmm. And beyond,
probably.
You know,
what if
from now? What if they're on not Letterman, but Well, my favorite guy, the guy who does the impressions so well. They could be on Kimmel sometime in the next few years.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We have no idea. You don't know how. We have no idea how it's gonna go. But you know what? If they want to get on YouTube, they can't just show it with empty-handed. So they're gonna show it with some talent, which is good.
There you go. That's all I can ask for. Achievement from the kids is always exciting. Well, Pop, speaking of achievement from the kids, I like Leonard Floyd on his side, and I don't think we've given that enough appreciation. I said, Leonard Floyd has been consistent, if nothing else. Now, some of the other projects, and they were guys that have already been in the league for a while, came in, and they did okay. Not like I'd like for them to do. And then we got Drake Jackson, Pop, do you remember during the draft, Drake Jackson was sitting there looking like he was not happy. I thought he wasn't happy about being drafted by the 49ers. Somebody said later, no, Jackson thought he should have been a first-round pick. What? They still got those kind of kids coming out of school. Okay. Drake, shut the bleep up and get to work.
Well, I mean, look, Charles Haley was he a 4th-round pick or something like that?
See?
So,
and he was just delighted to get into the NFL.
Yeah, John Randall was undrafted. It's not about where you get picked, man. It's about what you do on the field. So obviously, Drake Jackson needs me as a dad or something because I don't give my girls jack crap. And I have a lot of money, Ronbo. I don't give them anything. They have to earn it. So if I want to spend anything, they got to earn it. You know what I'm saying? So right now they're in one of the top 5 schools in the country and are getting straight A's.
There you go.
Guess what? They're earning it. So
and they got the right mindset because you brought them up that way. That's exactly what they should be feeling. Don't come in here thinking you're going to get any handout or privilege just because daddy can afford to give it to you. Yeah, well, you got to bust.
Right. Don't be entitled, man. I think that's what's kind of happening a little bit right now. I think psychologically with the 49ers and even some of our fan base, we expect to roll on the field and just whoop somebody. And, NFL is, any given Sunday, any team can win. So,
and has.
Regardless of what happens, if we had won the Super Bowl by a point, we'd be celebrating right now. We'd be happier than we'd be really happy. I don't want to say anything crazy, but we'll be super happy, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we lost by 3 and it's painful. And again, it's not the situation where I believe that the best team did lose that day. The best team did lose.
I agree.
But you gotta move past it. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully they can move past. But instead of we're moving past it, you got a lot of people asking for contract extensions.
This is the ugly part of football. The business end always interferes with the things that we appreciate the most. I don't want to hear about Brandon Aiyuk pissed off. I don't want to hear about Debo and Fred and George and everybody else.
Right.
All that noise. If you don't pay attention to the news, you won't have to be bothered with it. But it is out there,
Well, like I said, man, the position that I am in my life right now is like, like I said, when I came up on 47, my last week of work, there was no parties, there was no slacking. Like I said, I worked like 86 hours my last week before I said, okay, I'm gonna retire at 47. You're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I'm done. I'm retiring.
Yeah.
So,
shocked.
and figure out what I was gonna do next, which was I was either gonna coach or scout. Was my 2 options until the Twins popped up. So then they became my focus. So in any case, it's like you have to work for everything that you get and just trying to be entitled and mad about this, mad about that. Whether you're Willie Snead, whether you're Drake Jackson, whether you're Brandon Aiyuk, at the Super Bowl and saying, don't forget what got you. Well, Brandon, you really didn't get them there. What got them there was the NFL Player of the Year. That's what really got them there, right? So ultimately speaking, that and better than average quarterback play is what got us there. And actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna say better than average. I want to say better than good.
Yeah.
Because Brock Purdy has played outstanding. And he still has room to grow. That's why I don't count him elite. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not falling into that trap.
And there's been a conversation about that too.
Grow.
Elite is not something you give somebody in their rookie year. Otherwise, C.J. Stroud will be already considered elite. Don't do it. You wait a minute.
That's what I'm saying. No, let them earn it. You learn elite over doing it the same consistently over time. You see what I'm saying?
And it should be a
whatever
minimum
you do,
amount
you
of
don't
time.
get complacent.
Yeah. No first or second.
You don't want to get complacent. and then not just complacent. You don't want to get, in my opinion, you don't want to get arrogant. You know what I mean? So it's like, to me, a prime example of what's happening right now for the 49ers is like that Aaron Rodgers virus. Like, as soon as he got paid, homeboy changed. And then after that, he was always kind of a jerk.
Anyway.
Yeah, he was on his way. He was always being a jerk. But then, whenever somebody got paid and they made more than him, he went straight, I need to get paid more than them. And it just, the Packers never won anything.
Shameless.
They never won anything.
I don't know how
because of that.
I could never be that way. I said, you have no shame.
Bro,
let him offer you.
If you look at the dude, you couldn't be. And that's why I wish, Ronbo, you had a great arm. I wish you had the size, the brain to do it, Ronbo, because I would love to see you as you be a great, great leader of men. And that is what Kyle Shanahan lacks. He lacks that. I'm sorry. If he had your personality and went out in the middle of the field, put one arm and said, everybody get all fired up. Sideline get all fired up. That momentum, game psychology and winning momentum, game winning psychology is momentum, right? And when you get that momentum, you're prepared to win. You don't want to be in the fourth quarter or overtime tired. And that's what the 49ers were last year. There was nobody to just lift them up on the sideline. There was nobody on the sideline gathering people, saying, let's do this. And there was none of that. They were really deflated, in my opinion, after Dre Greenlaw got injured. I think Fred Warner personally checked out of that game. Because I just think that he was just so hurt over that. And you got to get past. Somebody has got to rally the troops. Yeah. And that's up to the coach. So
and players.
Like I say, I think the big mistake is that. It is players. And
because Fred has no business being down in the mouth at that point. None of them should be. This is when you now need to pick it up.
I understand that.
I do, but
I understand that, but you can't do that for the rest of the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to rally the boys and get the boys ready. Because, like I said, it's a hard season, right? And you lose 2 potential All-Pro players that year, and Talanoa Hufanga. I believe Dre Greenlaw should be All-Pro.
Yes.
Right?
That's cheating.
You lose 2 players from your defense like that, it's going to hurt. And you want to have those players against somebody like Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. And I say Andy Reid because, again, Andy Reid empowers his players to win games. And Kyle Shanahan's got to do that. So that's my criticism. Is Kyle Shanahan a good coach? He actually is a good coach. But he needs to improve in the leadership department, and he needs to improve in the trust department. Because they're, like I said, putting cameras in every room and not letting people know when you're watching, when you're not watching, that's petty, dog. I've been in NFL locker rooms, man. I've been there, dude. That is some weird shit.
You know what?
That is some weird shit.
I need to hear more about that, but we got to go now, Bob. But that's frightening. I had no idea. I could see Belichick doing something like that because Belichick knows his players didn't like him. So
Belichick is an old draw the players up in the dirt coach, man. He goes back when he was coaching. He would go back and coach the D-line and coach those guys up in the middle of the game. You never see that from Kyle.
No,
he's
never
too
will.
Busy looking at his playbook like an offensive coordinator. That he needs to put the plays down, design the plays like Bill Walsh used to, and get somebody else to come in there and call them.
This is right? We got to get on this on Wednesday as well. Is Kyle Shanahan
get another minority coach? You need a minority offensive coordinator, right? So that they can get hired and get us some draft.
We're getting great at it. Bob, good stuff. I'll let you get back to the girls. I'm gonna see you Wednesday. All right.
All right, man. We'll talk to you later, man.
All right, Bob. Have a great night.
Right,
Happy Father's Day. Bob,
Happy
the ultimate dad.
You too, Ronbo. I know you got some. I know you have a whole bunch of kids. You got at least 12 of them.
I just don't know all of them. Right, just don't get me started. I'll see you Wednesday. All right, Bill. Night. Oh no, it's JJ. Don't forget, you and Daddy Ronbo need my child support. It's my side chick again. She does this every year at the same time, right around Father's Day. hey, Tony.
One with his undressed and one with his smile.
I'm getting beat up again. Tony, come on in.
What's up,
I tell you, you must have loved it because Bob just talked about your favorite coach. You guys ought to see what Tony refers to Kyle Shanahan as in Twitter. He calls him Chokahan. Tony, I love you, man. You're special. Okay, but listen, we're talking also about Leonard Floyd today and the impact he should probably have on a defensive line. And Kris Kocurek is delighted to have him. And I think we might have something here that we haven't had in the last few years. We keep going after and in search of the ultimate piece to put next to Nick Bosa on the defensive line. And they've been okay. You know, the guy we got from the Rams, he was okay, but he couldn't give you 3 or 4 sacks a year. And some of the other guys, if they got 5, we were going to be lucky. But now we got a legitimate guy on the other side. Now we might see a little different something. They're going to go back to the way they played defense before Steve Wilkes came in and just, poured oil into water. So, but what are you thinking? And also, the enthusiasm I was worried about as far as 49ers, because, Tony, I felt like I was laying in the dirt when my teeth kicked in and if confetti coming down in Las Vegas after losing that Super Bowl. So I'm thinking if I get up, I'm going to wait till all the lights go out. I'm going to walk to my locker room. I'm not even taking a shower. I'm going to get my keys, get in my car, and drive the bleep out of here. I was under frustration. I'm thinking, do I feel like I want to play anymore? I mean, I feel like calling Kyle. Hi, Kyle. Listen, yeah. I don't think I can do this anymore. So I'm just letting you know right now. You guys can go through the procedure and process. Now I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I can see it, I mean, I've been there twice. I don't want to sound like a failure or a quitter or anything like that. Jesus Christ. How much else do we have to do? This is just tearing me apart inside. So, I'm liking this with Leonard Floyd.
I think we all feel the same, Ronbo.
So I was worried about him.
But Leonard Floyd is, you said the magic word. Leonard Floyd is going to be a product of Kris Kocurek.
Yeah.
We don't give these guys behind the scenes enough credit like Kris Kocurek, and I keep forgetting the old boy's name that coaches up the running backs.
Oh, Bobby Turner.
Bobby Turner. These guys turn these people out year in, year out, and they just present them to Kyle Shanahan. So Kyle Shanahan should be the one to think himself lucky, because without Bobby Turner and
his whole
Kris
bunch
Kocurek,
of guys, Mike
what
over in
the
Miami,
hell's he going to do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What's he going to do? As far as that other guy goes, that cocaine snorting dude, I'm starting to worry about that.
I didn't even know. I was shocked when they said, "Coach, what?" He just didn't remind me of. I was blown away. Wow.
Yeah, Chris Forrester.
Forrester.
You just Google Chris Forrester cocaine video, and it comes up, and as he's snorting those 3 lines, he's talking to himself. And I think this guy,
they always do. First, you got to go through the initial impact.
And then I thought to myself, no wonder you can't shut the guy up when he gets to the press conference. The guy's bombed off his teeth.
He'll have
all
the best
time.
plays in the entire NFL for years to come.
I don't know about that. I mean, we just...
Who hired him?
Like,
Tony? I just want
jog through the season. Who knows?
What if it was Kyle?
Who knows?
I've always thought, I know Kyle smokes, but we may be missing something on Kyle. If you're going to hang out with Lil Wayne and name your child after him, you have a relationship. Which includes, like, Tony, if I came over to your house and I got Snoop Dogg with me and he's got a bag, yo, hey, Ronbo tells you you're a cool dude, man. I got some stuff here for us. You know what to expect, man. You know.
Maybe it's a different story, Ronbo. Maybe this guy sat down with Forrester and he got him all junked up and did a P. Diddy on him, took some video footage of something that he wasn't supposed to be doing. And he's got him over a barrel.
You never know nowadays. There's so much scandals going around that always, I'm never surprised anymore when I hear or read anything anymore. I say, you know what? Why bother to be shocked? This is 2024, and the human race has just freaking lost. Everybody's collectively, to some degree, there's a level of insanity now. I don't think anybody's just sane anymore. You can't be sane and live in this world anymore, Tony. You can't do it.
But, the other thing is that they've got to get over this hump of prolonging these contracts. I mean, they could have signed Aiyuk last year, giving him $25 million, he would have snapped that up.
I know, right?
But no. We want to drag shit out, so it costs us more money. I know the story. I know they backload contracts and things like that because they bet on the salary cap increasing every year. But that's not the way you do business.
You're right.
Yeah. It's not the way you do business. And, as far as the offensive line goes, I mean, it might sound like I'm whinging and whining and, Lorenzo probably...
Legitimate, no, that's not whining. We're sick
of
this.
Lorenzo probably told me where to go, but... Look,
well, he's mellow. He's relaxed about it, but everybody cannot be.
No, he's cool, but I'm just saying, we jog through the season with a mediocre offensive line and make it to the big game. But when it comes to the crunch, and you just need, those third downs or fourth downs or the pass that needs to win you the game, that offensive line needs to hold up just for that split second longer for the quarterback to get the ball out. Yeah. That's all we're missing. We're not missing a whole bunch.
No. And
Kris Jones, you've got Talanoa Hufanga, who's shitting himself now for his position because he's seen that Mustafa dude jacked up like a linebacker.
Yeah.
All right. And we got some promising youngsters here, like some of the other callers said. But they're going to need game time. And you know what Kyle's like. You've got to go do your rocket science degree and all this shit to get onto the field within 2 years. They just sit there languishing on the bench. They need football time.
Yeah.
And we made the mistake of getting rid of Buckner. Now we've got this great, big, massive contract with the gravedigger, Hargrave, and he didn't show much last year. He better be on his game plan this year.
He's a better passer.
And I don't know whether... Yeah. But to sign him, who we would have needed right now, we let go of Aziz Al-Shahir, right? And now Dre Greenlaw's injured. If Aziz was taking his place at the start of the season, everyone will be still breathing easy because the guy's an animal.
Tony, we could have kept DJ Jones. He wouldn't have been as expensive as Hargrave. And he's better at stopping the run. I mean...
Well, that's what I'm saying. So now we're chasing our tails because of the mistakes that they made. And, I'm keen to see these young guys play in the preseason games and, especially that safety. And who... Yeah, what about all the rest of them? Are they better than Talanoa Hufanga? Kyle Shanahan's got a habit of keeping his favourites around for years and years and years. And I mean, these guys have got to get ready for next year, all right? And the next year's draft is going to be one of the most important drafts since Shanahan has been here because we've got 11 or 12 contracts to sign next year.
We're going to lose a number of people next year. But Talanoa, if he had not been hurt, I don't know if 49ers have been so quick to jump on a safety. I think they're trying to get somebody in there thinking that hopefully he'll play, but they didn't want to take any chances on that, I'm guessing, so we'll see about that, though. Talanoa, I don't know.
Yeah,
no reports. They said he'll be ready for a training camp, though.
He's a good player, and, he breaks up passes and, he's
got that anticipation. But some guys are born with that.
Yeah, I don't know whether
Mustafa.
I don't know whether he wasn't allowed to play with instinct when
Wilkes
was there.
I know Wilkes did cut that out. Yeah, he wanted to be a little more disciplined. Yeah, in a way that take away from his natural ability.
He's more of an instinctual player.
Absolutely.
And Hargrave was, when he played for the Eagles, was told just go after the quarterback. Don't worry about anything else.
Sirianni coaching.
And did he have that same green light under Wilkes?
Probably, but he just wasn't as effective. But Tony,
and the O-line, we've got to start looking for a center, left tackle. And they're the ones that spring everything open, provide the gaps for the running backs and everything else. So it's going to be interesting anyway.
Chris Jones cannot wait to play the 49ers every time we play him. I just know it. Anyway. Tony,
Chris Sims is that one big shit stirrer. That's all he is.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. and he talks trash after it. Tony, we're gonna see him midweek, all right?
All right, brother.
All right, Tony, appreciate
Shout out to the family, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Can't wait. Cheers, Tony.
Cheers, brother. Cheers.
Yeah, Tony. Hey, Steven.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Steven, well, I think right now I feel comfortable about the other side of the line now. The only concerns that we might entertain are what we got going in between. And, there's some guys that look like they're going to be healthy, and that's all we've ever had to worry about pretty much with the 49ers. Not so much as how good those players are, but how long can they stay on the field, especially the ones that are starters. Eric Armstead was in and out of the hospital most of the season for the last couple of years. We've had the other guys that also got hurt and stretched out. So, but this is football. Everybody goes through it. We're not the only ones, which almost makes it kind of a dead heat as far as having players' availability. And usually the healthiest team is the one that gets all through it, right? We were one of the healthiest teams in the league last year up until the right moment when Dre Greenlaw, the worst person to get hurt that day, goes down. But otherwise, that's why we got there.
That's losing Dre. I've come to the acceptance that losing Dre was the main reason why we lost that Super Bowl. I mean, there are other factors, but you were really pinpointing, Ronbo. The turning tide of that entire game was losing Dre.
Yeah. Travis Kelce all of a sudden shows up. All of a sudden. Is that a coincidence? No, it's not a coincidence. He was being held in check in the first half, and all of a sudden now he's running around out there like he's Travis Kelce again. Got Tate upstairs. Yes, indeed. You better calm down. Oh, so. You know what, though? Can't hate on Tate. She brought a lot of money into the NFL, which may have been one of the reasons why it expanded the cap. Okay, not mad at Tate. I'm more mad at all the other things. Okay. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Steve. Did I get carried away again?
No. Go ahead and say your piece, man, because, like I said, I've said it before and I'll say it again. The reason why we lost that Super Bowl was because we lost Dre. And it's just simple facts, man. I mean, I hate thinking about it. I hate admitting it. Because it's like, you don't want your team to rely on one person, but that was it. That was our Achilles heel, our middle. And it like I said, it also exposed and kind of highlighted Fred Warner as, like, not the go-to guy. Without him, without Dre, Fred is average, which is crazy because, I'm probably going to sound like the most, tinfoil hat 49er, but you take away Dre Greenlaw, Fred is average. He kind of just does what he has to, but that's it. Dre is the playmaker.
That's true.
Players on their own.
But Steven, what if? Okay, you look at look at Bowman and Willis. I don't know. One without the other. Although Bowman wasn't bad after Willis left, but when they were together, they were just a dynamic. They were unbelievable, right?
Oh, well,
so linebacker duos. Yeah, but linebacker duos, they feed off of each other, and there's a chemistry that's built that makes them even more dynamic. I don't know. You give little guys out there with Fred that aren't nearly Dre. It is different now. Now Fred's out there carrying a heavier load than he should have to, because Dre leaves it so Dre. I saw Fred freelancing out there and I seen Fred go into rover mode so many times during the course of the game because Dre was just a vacuum cleaner out there, and Fred's out there picking off passes and getting into passing lanes and doing the things he does. He's affecting the game in a different way than he would ordinarily, right? Because he's got Dre out there, and Dre's gonna sweep up everything to come across the middle anyway, right? So it works. I think I don't know if we could call Fred anything less than good though.
He's good, but with Dre, he's the best.
Oh yeah.
And I could also kind of shine the light on Dre Greenlaw as how good he really is and how under the radar he is towards the NFL. Because if you look at what sports analysts look at in terms of the defense, the top 3 names they mention. Well, let's just do this. The top 5 names they mention that I see on SportsCenter or let's say Speak is Nick Bosa, Javon Hargrave, which I don't know why. He's not as good as the rest. Fred Warner and Hufanga. And who am I forgetting? Oh, and Mooney Ward. Those are the top 5 on that defense, but no one has mentioned how critical and how crucial Dre Greenlaw is. And if it isn't apparent now, it was definitely apparent in the Super Bowl as to how critical he really was.
Yeah, he's an enforcer too. Dre has to send fear through opposition offense coming at him. Because he doesn't, the flag, if I'm a guy playing offense against the 49ers, I know he doesn't really care about the flag. He's going to take me out if I come running through here. Yeah. So I like, intimidation is a wonderful thing in football. Yeah.
Dre doesn't care about flags. He don't. And I got to respect that because one thing you want to do is instill that fear, like you said, in football, so that way it throws the offensive player or the defender in that aspect off their game. Like, oh, shit. Yeah. If that doesn't phase him, then what will? What am I going to do? If he hit him, who hits twice as hard as I do, how am I going to affect this player? How am I going to take him out of?
And a lot of people think football players are fearless. No, I've seen no. You crunch a dude enough. Not been yeah. So, but
Jonathan Pettis was the basic anatomy of
an extreme example. Damn, Dante.
And Cam Newton diving on that ball. Let's go and throw that out there. Cam Newton not diving on that ball in the Super Bowl.
Nobody's ever going to forget that either. Oh, did you see that play with Pickens over in Purdy? Yeah, Pickens over in Pittsburgh. I didn't see the play. I saw something, but I thought it was the camera angle. I couldn't see really well. Pickens pulled up on the play and told people why he didn't go for that ball. Pissed off every guy in the locker room. He was concerned about his safety. What?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I know exactly what play.
Steeler?
The beginning of regular. Yeah, it was bad. It was like, bro, why didn't you just go for it? And he said, I'm not going for that. And it's like, well, I mean, you can't hate the guy for, being like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to risk my health. But at the same time, that's what you signed up for. This is a sport that you got to play contact for.
Wide receiver has no.
Ronnie Lott got his goddamn finger broken. He chopped off the tip of it.
Yeah. Or, okay, Stephen, when I can actually sympathize with the player, if Derrick Henry's coming down the field, he's already broken the initial line of scrimmage and he's building up a head of steam, he's pretty much in full sprint. Now, if I'm 30 yards down the field and here he comes, I'm not stepping in front of him. I'm just not going to do it. I mean, at that point, good sense has to take over. That's good sense. I'm gonna try to hit it from an angle, but anybody that steps in front of Derrick Henry, if he's got a full head of steam coming down the field 30 yards on the line of scrimmage, call his mom. Make arrangements for the funeral right now. So there are times when you do need to exercise a certain amount of intelligence. Don't be stupid, but play intelligently and you'll be okay. But yeah, but scared to make a catch or something like that? Nah, I can't accept that.
Ronbo, there are times and places where players have to be conscientious, and one of those times, unfortunately, George Pickens picked the wrong time. But I mean, let's look back at some of the craziest plays that we saw. Look at what happened to Antonio Brown with him and Burfict. Yeah. Antonio Brown was just catching a regular pass and still got lit up, and now look at him. Yeah. Bankrupt and absolutely batshit crazy.
He really is, and I think he's been clinical for some time. Antonio Brown probably been the guy that would have had to been on medication. I really think so. Some of the things he says and does, I used to think the thing of Kyrie Irving too. Guys go out and say things and do things that they know is going to bring the wrath of hell down on them. Why would you do that? You know, I don't understand that, man. So I'm thinking that has to be some kind of psychosis.
I think it's I think it is psychosis, Ronbo. I mean, let's put it like this: Antonio Brown, even before when we finally realized, oh yeah, he's actually insane. He had that contract with the Bucs where all he had to do was get maybe one more touchdown. He was guaranteed, I think, like almost $500,000.
Mm.
And he said, no, I'm not doing it no more. My ankle hurts. Man, Ronbo, if you offered me $500,000 to catch a touchdown, I don't give a fuck if my leg is broken, amputated me. I'm pretty sure everybody would hop down that field to get that touchdown.
See? Diva 2.
You couldn't pay me if I not catch that touchdown.
This is a condition that runs rampant through the ranks of every team that has any wide receiver that's worth a damn. Diva 2 will hit it just like a pandemic. It just goes all around the league, Look at who lost that Super Bowl for the Buffalo Bills? That was, not Super Bowl, but that playoff game.
Which one?
In the play that, what is that for? I should have made that catch. I'm saying,
there was a ton of that.
I don't know, man. You guys talking trash afterward before. Catch the ball. How about focus on that? I'm so tired of Kansas City getting away with murder. Anyway.
Let's worry about you getting hit later. Like at the end of the day, you get paid more for winning games than you do losing.
Yeah, a lot more. We got to go, though, fam. I want to see you Wednesday. All right? Happy Father's Day, Steven. You and she got Scarlet. I think I heard Scarlet a minute ago. And,
yeah, you did.
Yeah, and Rome.
You got kids, Ronbo?
Well, it's. I like to keep them under silence.
That's fine. Just wanted to say Happy Father's Day.
Thanks. I'll take the Happy Father's Day. Happy Father's Day, Steven. All right.
All right, Ronbo. Yeah, good night.
You too, Steven. See you Wednesday. Hey, Michael, here comes the dad. Nikita's dad.
Hey, Ronbo. I did not. Happy Father's Day, buddy.
Thanks.
To all the 49er players, happy Father's Day. Yeah. I got some nice stuff she's sending me. She's sending me some nice 49er stuff. Some 49er beach stuff.
See, that's a great thing about having a child that can go out and make purchases. Oh, look at you. And she knows what you like.
Yeah. She knows it, and she's gonna do is she's gonna order me a 49er helmet and have CMC. She's gonna send it up. She knows somebody in California that goes to the Niners. She's gonna see if I can get a couple of Niner players signing the 49ers helmet, like CMC, Aiyuk, Purdy too. Yep. Yeah, I told you get those signed. I'll put that somewhere with nobody, and you see if you can give me a football from the 49ers. And, yeah. Yep.
Nikita,
and I told him,
salute to you.
You go to because one of your friends go to the game because he lives in America. Tell him that Mike in the 49 Empire said good luck, man, to Purdy, man. If he goes to the game and sees Purdy, tell him good luck. Oh yeah. But that was the best Father's Day ever from her. Yeah. Oh my God.
Hey, does Nikita have a brother or sister?
No, Nikita's she's the only child.
Ah, yeah. So gets all the love and attention.
Her half sister died in 2010 when I had it with my last one. She was only a year old. She got hit by a car with the mother. Got killed. Hit and run.
That's so bad.
So she knows how I saw losing my father, 3 years ago, and then losing the baby. And it's hard because her name was Mia. And I used to buy her. She was born in the hospital. I got her one of those 49er onesies, like those. When they're born, how they have like the little things for the babies. I gave her a lot of stuff with 49ers. Yep. And I gave her a little football.
Mike.
So what I did when I went to the cemetery, I put a little 49er helmet in. Don't worry, Daddy loves you, and the Niners will be. Don't worry, we'll see the Niners again. But it's tough, losing a little baby. It's not easy, Losing a baby as a father, losing a baby is not.
Losing a child, period. Yeah, that'll stay with you.
And then he takes off, and then I get a phone call at my sister's wedding that your daughter and the baby mama died. I'm like, oh my God.
Mike.
There's a thing with a plug with no. The family called me and told me, at my sister's wedding. But they told me to stay at my sister's wedding, and then when you're done, then you shoot up. But take care of your sister's wedding first. Yeah. But no, Nikita can't wait. I know she's been looking a lot, and she told me maybe one day, maybe when we meet up, we're going to get matching 49er tattoos.
Mm-hmm. That's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
At least do it before you get drunk. I mean, people kill me got drunk, and you're like, whoa, what's that? You did that last night. I did this?
Yeah,
How come I didn't feel it? Dude, people kill me getting drunk and getting tattoos.
Don't want to get a ramp tattoo. That's bad luck. Don't get a ramp tattoo. That's bad luck.
I love when people get, you can get whatever tattoo team you want.
Ronbo, I was reading an article before you called about in 2025, if Lions cannot sign their quarterback, or if he's getting older, there's a quarterback that they might be interested in. It's the guy from the Steelers, Field. They were talking about maybe bringing, because Field, I think he's got 1 year with Pittsburgh, but they figure if he grooms good with Pittsburgh, Detroit wants him. The Lions want Fields.
They've made that already public?
Yep.
So you know what?
They had it on an article. Yeah. Uh-huh.
If I'm Chicago, I just make sure they don't get him, just for that reason. I'll do anything. I'll trade him. I'll give him to anybody else but you.
And if you talk about Belichick, if you go online, he's got a 24-year-old girlfriend now who's a cheerleader. One was a cheerleader, if you saw article. 24 years old. He's 72.
Are you serious?
My dad's friend. Yeah, he's a 24-year-old girlfriend. Look him up. Guys, go on your phones, look up Belichick's new girlfriend. You'll see a picture of her.
Speaking of splash news, and Michael, do you know that thing that Tom Brady had, right, with the roast? Do you know that Giselle and the trainer have broken up because of that roast?
Yep. I tell you, man, Belichick, Brady's better off staying with his wife. Brady made a big mistake. He should have stuck with his wife.
Whoa, Michael, wait. It wasn't Brady's fault. Brady was playing football.
You know what? Oh, I see why.
You know about the trainer, right?
Football, well. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Maybe. Today, I wouldn't want a woman like that. If I played football, my woman would be 100% supportive for me playing football.
You just
she
don't.
Wouldn't care.
In that case,
my mom said this. When I was playing in the NFL, she said she'd support me 100%. She doesn't care. It's my choice, my life. At least I come home and see her.
She did. I think he thought that. A lot of guys get confused by that, and vice versa. You never know a person until after a while.
That's tough. That's sad. I feel sorry that she did this.
Hey, Michael.
Well, yep. Congratulations, CMC is getting married, this month? I think CMC is getting married this month.
Is he?
Right? CMC is getting married.
I didn't hear the date.
I think in June.
It is June.
I don't know a date.
Well,
maybe
June's
you need to
almost
go
over.
to the wedding. Yeah, maybe you should go. Find out.
Yeah, I'll check that out. I didn't really know. I just knew they were getting married.
I know he was supposed to get married in June. I think he did get married in June.
He's only got a couple of weeks.
Let me know.
What's the date?
Yeah.
You guys got long.
Maybe it'd be this weekend. I don't know. I mean, he said June.
No. If it was this weekend, they'd be making more noise.
But with the 49ers anyway, I mean.
Well, June brides are fashionable. So,
Yeah. I mean, the main thing is Aiyuk. I'm hoping. Well, I think he's going to sign. I think
Yeah, don't even hope. I'm starting to give up on that. There's something that smells bad about this.
You know what? If we have to trade him, we have to move on. We move on from him. What can we do? There's other receivers we moved on in the past. I mean, you know what I mean? Think of all the players that we moved on in the past.
No,
you look at all the good players that we gave up. A lot of good players we gave up.
Yeah, Terrell Owens still bothers me. Sure.
Money, Yeah. Look at let's see, Alex Smith or Joe Montana going to the Chiefs.
The list goes on forever about how many studs that we lost. Yeah. Well, Michael, we're gonna go. Let me see you midweek.
Yep. And happy Father's Day to all the 49er Empire out there, and have a good night and have a good back to school Monday, last day Wednesday. Summer begins.
That's right.
For the kids, they'll be off.
Summer vacation is here. It's a little late, actually. It's already mid-June. Just have to stay out there longer. Come back later, though.
Yep.
All right.
Talk to you, buddy.
Have a good night, fam. God. Boy, Mike, he's been through some really terrible tragedies. So we go now to Who is it be now? Who can it? Is that right? It's 49er Brian, the most terrorizing man for trolls in the Ronbo Sports Chat. Brian!
And proud of it. And proud of it, Ronbo. Give me that badge. I'll wear it every time. You hear me, you chump, Ramilia?
And there was
Ronbo, happy Father's Day to you, my man.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day to you too, Brian.
Thank you. Let me tell you what happened today. So I walk in my man cave, all my 49er stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
And I look on the wall, and there's a brand new jersey on my wall.
That's
signed.
See, that's presentation.
Signed.
That is awesome.
Signed. Yeah, a signed Roger Craig jersey on my wall.
Roger Craig.
How cool. Number
Where did
33,
she
baby.
find that? You know,
I don't know where. I'm hoping not eBay, but it does have a letter of authentication signed by Roger right with it.
Do you know?
So, hey.
Roger's actually, do you know Breece Hall? You know he's related to Roger? I didn't even know that until
I didn't know that either.
yesterday
wow.
when I first saw that tweet.
Wow. That's cool.
Damn.
Small world, I guess.
I'm just wondering why Roger didn't suggest to the 49ers. Well, you know, my cousin Breece. Who? Breece Hall? He's your cousin? Oh God, we got to draft him right now. You know, because Breece was good at Iowa when he was playing with Brock. There's no doubt about his credibility. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm never gonna put it on. It's too cool. No way.
Hey, yeah, you don't want to get dirty.
On the wall,
you get all
baby.
stained up. I know.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. I don't want. No way. That thing is just too cool, and I'm staring at it right now and shocked that I still have it. That I have it on my wall.
What you want to do, Brian? You want to go ahead and buy a Rams jersey, or a Cowboys jersey, or a Hawks jersey, and you want to be
out in front.
Let me tell you what to do with it. You're out in front of the house washing the car and everything, and you pull that jersey. Especially that Brian, you live in the Seattle area? No, that's Matty. Yeah, whatever team.
I'm in Montana, buddy.
Oh, you got Cowboy fans running around there for sure. What you do is you watch.
No, we got Bronco fans, Seahawks fans, and Packer Cheesehead fans.
Oh yeah, you get those jerseys and you go out in front of your house. You're washing the car down and you dry it down with one of those jerseys.
Oh yeah,
just to be an annoyance.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, you dry the car down with a Broncos jersey, huh? Yeah, they work out really well.
Yeah.
They dry up and absorb that water really well. Well, and now the conversation escalates. I love to antagonize people.
Hey, Ronbo, that's awesome. But, hey, man, I know it's Father's Day, but come on, Steven. Why are you cutting on my man, Fred Warner? Come on, man.
Yeah, he doesn't. There's two guys he doesn't think. It's Fred Warner and Debo. Steven does not mind talking bad about him.
Fred Warner is amazing.
I love Fred, but I hate
he's buying. Hi, Steven. Happy Father's Day, Steven, but come on, dude. Fred Warner is the best linebacker in the league, bro. Come on, Dan. Don't be like that.
You know,
it.
Steven's right about, though. We do need Dre Greenlaw. They're a great tandem.
Hey, Ronbo, I said that 3 months ago, that when Dre went down in that Super Bowl. I said this 3 months ago, that when he went down, that the game was over.
And
but
is
is that Fred Warner's fault that Dre went down? I mean, did you see how upset Fred was when Dre went down? He was almost crying.
Yeah, no, they worked magic together.
Be an issue.
But separated. Yeah. Who came in for Fred? Wasn't Flanagan Foles? Who was that? Anyway,
the guy from Green Bay that used to be with the Packer. He
last year
went in there, didn't he?
No. We just got that guy. The guy that went in there.
No. I know who you're talking.
We've had him for a
while.
Remember
the name. I'm
geez. Anyway,
I don't know. Help us out, team.
They beat him like a drum. They went right at him.
They knew.
What? Who?
And then, of course, Kelsey got going. We all know the story.
Oren Burks.
Oren Burks.
Oh, Burks. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
thank you,
Kelsey
Steven. Yes,
loved
it was that guy. And he got lit up like a Christmas tree.
Kelsey was
crazy.
Was on every reception. Him and Patrick talked about, listen, this dude cannot guard, but get me the ball. And they did. Kelsey just blew up.
You're right, though. I hope Greenlaw comes back like game 5 or 6 or something. I hope it's not any much longer than that, because that will be a problem area maybe. I don't.
Oh,
it's a worry for sure, but I ain't gonna cut on Fred Warner for it. You know, I think Fred Warner is the captain of that defense. Him and Bosa. Am I wrong?
He runs it. Fred aligns players. He does a lot of things. He does more than just out there playing. Fred's out. He's responsible for a lot of things. The microphone to the sideline is in his helmet. Fred Warner's. We can't play without Fred. We saw what we saw without Dre. But if just Fred's gone and Dre's out there, I don't know what we'd get there with that either, though, because Burks would be playing.
And now, Ronbo, that weak sauce Wilkes is gone. That's what I'm calling him, weak sauce Wilkes.
I haven't heard that term in a long time. Weak sauce.
We got a way better defensive coordinator now. We're going to have a better defensive line. Yeah. Our defense is going to be way better.
Put the scheme back. That's one of the things.
Offensive line is going to be better. Come on, man. Stop hating on my players, man. They ain't cool. Especially Fred Warner.
We got to pray about that offensive line. You saw what PFF did. It was uncalled for, but they did do it. They listed the rankings down for our guys are pretty much pedestrian, except for, they even gave Banks a hard time. The center and guard positions are – I couldn't understand why they just said the center and guard positions are weak sauce, as you say. They didn't say anything about – well, I guess they can't say that about – you got Trent Williams on the other side. But what about McKivitz on the other side? It's pretty funny. I said, man, you guys –
I don't know. I think Pooney's going to come in and probably be a workhorse for us, Ronbo. Just watch,
I just wish – Feliciano could play the if Pooney's probably strongest at the guard from what they're saying. I just wish Feliciano could play the edge then, or the outside.
Is that Steven again? Steven, are you interrupting again? How many times is that now, bro?
What does Steven say? You know what we haven't got an interruption from? It's Don Burr tonight.
Don Burr. Wow.
He's
scare him away.
Don't do it.
Maybe he's with his kids, or they dragged him off and won't let him bother us. His kids are probably tired.
Well,
of him too.
maybe he's patching that cardboard roof of his, a Pontiac Silverdome. That's what he's doing.
Hey, Brian, we can't even make jokes about the Lions anymore. They gave us all. They gave us all we were worth in that playoff game. Scared the bejesus out of me. 2 weeks in a row we had to go through that, and God, I don't want to go through that again. I'm used to the 49ers handling things.
And why didn't Papa Dragon ask Barry Sanders when he was in the booth with him, bro, why didn't you ever try to become a 49er, baby?
Boy, I tell you what, how many Detroit Lions, Megatron, they've had a couple other players, good football players, that probably just as soon have been moved as well. But what's that lady's name who owns that team? She is tough. You're going to play for me, you're not going to play for anybody. Well, you know what? I'm not playing for anybody because I quit. That's fine with me.
Yep.
When you come crawling back here to me, I'll be waiting. Nobody came crawling back.
Just like those Rams did just like those damn Lambs did to Aaron Donald. You can't play for nobody else, so we're going to make you retire. And Aaron Donald was like, fine, I'm done with this crap.
He was thinking about retiring last year anyway, so they didn't hurt anybody's feelings.
Yeah. Oh, those poor Rams.
Brian,
they're going to get beat up this year.
If you don't want to play for my team, I'm not going to make you stay here. Why would I do that? You don't want to play. You're not going to play well. You're just going to be running around here cancering up my locker room. You're gone. No problem.
And we all know Brandon Aiyuk wants to play for the 49ers. He don't want to play anywhere else.
Because he knows the 49ers. Don't play that with the 49ers. If you sound like you really want to go, they'll let you go. They've already proven they'll do that.
He's gonna get signed. It's just not going to be the money he wants right now, but eventually he'll get some money down the road that will make him happy. They just need to come to an agreement. That's all it is. And it's going to go till August, Ronbo. You know it will.
I know.
So
a week before the game, so we can get no training in, And we go Ricky Pearsall for the first 2 weeks of the season. Because why? Brandon's not ready yet. Why? Because you guys couldn't get it done before. I'm blaming him and you guys, Kyle. Because, you guys don't have to make these things last so long.
Yeah, it's the same old story, just like Bosa and Debo. It took them forever to just get to the table and get it signed and get it done, Show
me the money.
Well, Brian.
Show me the money. That's right. All right. Anybody, happy Father's Day. I love you, Ronbo. I love my fam in the chat. Nikita, Michael, great Tony Wright, Ray Jr., Justin, you're the man. All you guys, love you all. Have a good night.
We all back at you, fam. Night, Brian. All right, trolls. Brian's coming back in there, so you guys straighten up. Here he comes. Hey, yo, Ellis. I like that, Jack. Rubia, Jose, Root Paul. Ellis, copyright. Guys, I used to like, actually, you come in, you can sing the song.
My bad. Hey, man, jamming over here on a Sunday, man.
I noticed that. Could make me
know what it is?
Like what is his name?
Shaking.
Who sings that song?
Bobby Caldwell.
That's Caldwell, yes. Great song.
Yeah. Classic joint.
I wish Bobby could play right tackle, though. But Ellis, you know what, man? That's why I quit worrying about that offensive line. They just got raided the other day by PFF. Why PFF waited till now to do that, to hurt everybody's feelings in the Niner Empire? I just don't know. So I didn't want to talk. I'm going to talk about the defense. You know what? I'm looking at what we got to appreciate that fact that we got Leonard Floyd on the right side of that line. And you know what? We haven't thought enough about that. This is the first legitimate replacement we've had for D Ford since D left, and we just got through paying him a few days ago for all them years he didn't play. But anyway, I know, the run is still going to be something to be worried about, but the quarterback's in trouble.
That's right.
And also, it hit upon the fact that if you were worried about, and I don't know if you were worried about it, Ellis, but the 49ers have made clear, man, we ain't tired and we ain't frustrated and we ain't giving up jack. Going after it this year. Ellis, if there's one silver lining behind this madness of losing these Super Bowls, is the 49ers realize, especially if you keep that core group together, they realize they screwed up. And that means that keeps the appetite for winning there. So I think they're serious when they say they're coming back for it. As Nick says, job ain't done yet. Yes, okay. All right, Nick. I heard you, man. Let's do it. So, I like to get it inspired on Father's Day and any day that Christmas, any day I can think of, that's a celebration. What are you thinking, fam?
Yeah. Well,
oh, and happy Father's Day. I just realized the ultimate dad. He's got all the little munchkins running around there. Yes.
Man, thank you, man. I appreciate that greatly. We had a blast today. Went to this water park. It's Gulfland Sunsplash.
Love water
so
parks.
we spent about six hours up there or something like that.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, until everybody was beat down. I'm beat down. I'm still, I'm dragging ass, but
I know, man, you sound like you beat your ass today, but that's pretty good. And we used to do that to my dad all the time too. The dude would be laying on the sofa sleep. Daddy, what? You sleep? Boy, if you don't get that was always my favorite.
Yeah, man. Thank you, though, fam. Man, I appreciate it, man, and happy Father's Day, man, to all of the the good men out there. I won't say few good men because we got a lot of good men now. They've been stepping up, man. These past few decades, it's been increasing, man. So shout out to everybody out there, representing for one another and their families, man, for real. But you know what? Nick and Debo, man, they came into the league in a very prized position, being in a very prized position where they've gone to Super Bowl their rookie year when Nick Bosa came in. Yeah, they both didn't. Nick and Debo come in the same year.
No, 1 year apart.
Debo came in the year after.
Wait a minute. Debo came in 2019. Yeah. Debo came in 2019. Aiyuk didn't come for 2 years later, right? At least. Yeah, because look, it's been 2 years since Debo got re-signed his contract. Yeah.
Okay. But, they came in, man, just, winning right out the gate. And, most guys that, come in the league, they don't really get those opportunities. You know what I mean? It's always like so it's less than 50% of the time you come in to a winning team, in the NFL. And a lot of these guys came into, just a team that's right there, that's scratching, that's knocking, that's right there every year. So, it's hard to be satisfied when you haven't gotten the ultimate, achievement in the National Football League. And so, winning is cool. We like having winning seasons. We like showing that we can go on win streaks and, win some big games here and there and run up the score there and, whatever. But at the end of the day, it doesn't mean shit, man, if we're not, holding up that Lombardi at the end. And when you're the best team in the NFL, and it's the best assembled football team in the NFL, and you're not holding up that Lombardi, there's just no way to have satisfaction with that. And then not to mention, have the mentality we're good, we're good with that. We as a fan base, some of us can be optimistic or try not to be so negative and say that. But from as players, a lot of us that have played sports and all that, the win is everything. Oh, you know what I mean? And we know what it's like being in that position. So that's the mentality that we carry even as fans, because some of us know this. That W, man, that's what at the end, that's what dictates, or supports or classifies you as being, it, versus, almost it. So.
Yeah, because nobody remembers who you lost to you. I got to be the one who's holding that trophy up. Have that ring.
Yeah. And Nick, I just really hope that he's gonna come with another level, I think this needs to be one of his seasons where he goes crazy. If you really want to show that you're serious about winning and being this, being one of the top players in the NFL, play like it, you know what I mean? And I know guys are holding them and shit. There's only so much that you can do. If somebody's got their hands in your shoulder pads and is pulling you one direction and they weigh anywhere from, 275 to almost 400, damn pounds, I mean, you're going to be slowed up a bit. If not, you're going to be totally, irrelevant in the play of in each snap. And so it's trying to dodge that and counter that and, angle or execute your direction in each snap to where it's okay, I'm not going to come this way because he's going to try to do this or that. There's a lot, mentally that you have to compute before the snap, from a defensive line perspective, so that guys aren't able to cheat you like that, and you can, be able to whip them to where it's that's not even going to be a possibility for this play. But every play is not going to be like that, man. It's going to be hard, especially when the referees, most importantly, when the referees don't call the shit. But I just want Nick to take it up a notch, man. I want him to go for 20 sacks this season. I want him to really, let it be known that he's serious about winning the Super Bowl. That's how you show us. Get 20 plus sacks this year. Start talking shit. Keep building up his leadership. I'm glad he's become less of a mute and more of a guy that communicates and is, operating like a more of a leader. But the play has to support it. And then I think with him and Floyd, it's going to be interesting to see how those two play off of each other in the game, because Floyd is a little bit more slender, but he's long and he's strong, and he plays hard. So it's I'm interested in seeing what they look like on the field together. And Malik Collins over there working out, looking great, looking like a DJ Jones kind of guy, smaller, height wise, but really solid, stocky, really like a train, you know what I mean? Like a little mini train. And, between him and
inside lineman for sure.
Yeah. Him and Jordan Elliott, man, we gotta, we gotta make this shit happen on the defensive line. I'm not worried about the secondary. I want the defensive line to get back to its origin, man. And, we need to run it up. We need to be like top 5 in sacks, in the season this year, minimum. Like, if we can do something like that, I think that's a Super Bowl.
Exactly.
Again.
Starting from week 1 to week 5, we're not should be leading like we did that year. We were doing that. Phil, we got to go though.
For sure.
I see you Wednesday though, Ellis, and enjoy the rest of that. Get that rest that you well deserve. All right.
Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to get to it here in a minute. Thank you, fam, as always. And
Ellis, have you ever heard him sound like this? They killed
man,
him.
I'm whooped. Yeah, I'm whooped. I'm over here beat down. Man, hey, look, happy Father's Day to all my Niner family out there, and even non-Niner family. Tony or any of the cool cats that that come in here. With respect and that. That support the platform, man. Happy Father's Day to all, and shout out Papa Dragon, man. Shout out what's his name,
Steven.
Evan. Shout out Steven too. Yes. Shout out Frank. Shout out Donut Tanisha. Shout out Big Show, man. We gonna be all right, man. You know what I mean? We gonna be good. So don't even trip on it. And everybody, shout out to chat, man. Hero Chris, the real Chris Hansen, not the 42 fake version of Chris Hansen. And
Chris Hansen, that's just a popular name. I've seen 3 for Chris Hansen there one time. So what the? And Ramillas, we got like a half a dozen of them. Anyway, fam, I'll see you Wednesday.
Yeah,
right.
the losers quarrel. Anyway,
ridiculous.
Peace and love, man. Shout out production. Thank you, bro. As always,
Thank you,
man.
Ellis.
All right.
Night, fam.
Peace.
And I mean, I don't hate Rudy, but man, some of you dudes coming in here faking Revamp, man. Come on, man. Seriously? Hey, yo, Jalen.
Cardinals, y'all irrelevant. Rams, y'all some bombs. Seahawks haven't won a ring in 11 years and counting. Damn it, I know that can't be fun. But the least I can say is when they went there one time, they did get it done, though.
Yeah.
Unlike us.
Yeah.
The Rams and Seahawks both had 2 shots, and damn it, at least I can say they got it done. You had 2 shots, you ain't got it.
Jalen, you really got to do this. Jalen, you know what? The Rams had no business getting there on us.
Because enough is enough with this, man, Ronbo. I shit you not. And Ronbo, happy Father's Day. Ronbo, I love you like, man, I love you, Ronbo. Love you like an uncle, Ronbo, even though you don't see me like a nephew. I don't care. I love you, man. I love you like an OG, like
I don't see you as nephew. I'm telling you, I'm saying.
Ronbo, if Kyle does not win a ring this year, I need you to understand. He needs to be gone. He has to. He has to. He has to go.
Wait, time out. Y'all excuse my nephew, as tonight he is just, as you can see, he's had enough. He's hit his boiling point, and excuse him. Okay, go ahead, Jalen.
Man, I just because I didn't always come in here like this, Ronbo. I used to come in here and I used to clown other teams. It was positive. And then these folks really had the nerves to go back to another Super Bowl and lose. I mean, goodness gracious. Ronbo, here, see, we finna get hit with a double whammy, chat. And I know y'all ain't gonna want me to hear this, but y'all know that Super Bowl slump is a thing. It's a thing, Ronbo. And not only that Super Bowl slump, that Madden curse. Now, hey, We got the Madden curse and that Super Bowl slump to worry about this season. Now, I don't know how some of y'all is about superstitions, but, man.
Jalen, you're whipping yourself up into a foam. There's been teams that have been better than the Super Bowl. Madden curse has been already defeated. Brady already.
Who beat the Madden curse, Ronbo?
He broke the curse.
The Chiefs did.
The Chiefs? Pat?
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Ronbo. That's Patrick Mahomes.
I'm just saying.
That's an outlier.
That if it's going to be a curse, it should apply to everybody.
Oh no, that's not a person, Ronbo. That's God and that's God in football pads.
Listen, I'm telling you right now, you have got to let it go. It's the way football works. If there's only one game, doesn't always mean the right team is going to win. But this one game, it's not a series. You know, it's like you figure the way the Boston Celtics got their brains beat out, but you know they're still going to win the full series. If football was arranged like that, I would imagine by now the 49ers would be probably undefeated too, as far as rings go, with every time they went in. Because when they get beat, get beat by stupid circumstances more than they do anything else.
Yeah,
so you got to look at that.
Yeah, Ronbo, but I'm not even just looking at these Super Bowl losses with Kyle. I'm looking at that Giants NFC Championship loss. I'm looking at that Seahawks NFC Championship loss when they went and blew out the Broncos. I'm looking at multiple chances that we've had way before Kyle. And it's like every time we just fall short of one play. And I'm like, when is it going to end?
Jalen, you need to be a little more grateful. You could be a Cowboys fan. Now how's
when
that?
they rebuild Candlestick.
Here's a team that teases you over and over and over again and doesn't even get past the first round. At least we're always right in position to get it done with
See, Ronbo, I can tell you right now, I'll take losing in the wild card over losing in the Super Bowl, Ronbo. I promise you. I promise you. I promise you. Stop it. We need to stop this. We need to stop. Bro, these guys are losing in the first round of the playoffs. We are losing in the Super Bowl in front of billions. Billions. Oh, no. Stop. This ain't nowhere near the same thing, Ronbo. Yeah, okay, they losing in the wild card. Okay, cool.
That's got to be that's twice embarrassing. Can you imagine how livid you would be if the Cowboys get up there all of a sudden and then here they come. And you know before the game starts, the chances are good.
Ronbo, you can say this about all these other teams. What's going to happen once they finally get there, though? Are they going to lose like we've been doing, or are they just going to get it done? See, this my thing. We're getting there and not getting it done. Rams went there, and they got it done. Seahawks went there, they got it done. Eagles went there, one time they got it done. Here's my thing. Okay, we're making it to the Super Bowl, and all these teams aren't making it there. But what are they going to do once they finally get there? If they getting it done and we're not, we can't say anything, Ronbo.
Yeah.
Once the Cowboys finally get to the Super Bowl, Ronbo, I'm not going to lie, they're probably going to win it. The day that they actually finally get there, they're probably going to win.
I would. You know what? I'd actually venture. You know what? That's probably true. Because they went through way more hell than we have.
Yeah. So I mean, Ronbo, it's all about what would other teams do if they were given an opportunity at the Super Bowl. Would they screw it up like we've been doing?
One winner. You're not always going to win that.
I understand that, but yeah, I get the Cowboys don't make it out of the. How many times have the Cowboys lost in the Super Bowl? Have they ever lost?
Yeah. The Cowboys aren't without losses. When they were winning, I think the Steelers ran them completely out of the stadium.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Steelers used to be dangerous. I mean, they were lethal. They had players walk around saying something. Probably the key to why we win is because we're in the elements that most average men can't handle. They had scary dudes, man. Jack Lambert was just not human. You know what, though? Here's the thing, Jay. You got to remember one thing.
I didn't mean to bring up the Super Bowl. I'm sure that wasn't the topic of the night, but it's just
no. You're allowed to vent. It's okay.
It's hard to pass, and it's hard finding the energy to be positive. Giving all of this energy just for them to push you all the way up and just drop you. Like, man,
it's gonna get better.
That's hard,
It can't get
man.
any worse. It's gonna get better.
It makes you seem like you're insane, Ron. But do you know the definition of insanity?
Doing
the
same
thing over and over again and getting the
if it's
same
failed
result.
But that's the thing. But with football, you have to alter that definition just a little bit. You want them to continue to do the same thing, but you don't want them to have the same result. That's the difference. They'll get there. This may be it, Jalen. They've had this core unit of studs together. They've made every mistake you can make, Jalen. You can at least feel good about that. Their chances of winning this time are probably pretty solid.
But what
provided,
if they
of course, nobody gets injured. We'll be joining you. A lot of us will be joining you and complaining.
Y'all should have been joining me when we lost to the Rams, man. That broke my heart, dog. The Rams? You know what, Ronbo? Let's forget.
But I can't blame this Kyle. That's the thing.
No more Super Bowl, brother. From here on out, chat. As my Father's Day gift to all the fathers and to Ronbo, I promise you, till the season starts, no more Super Bowl talk from Jalen. I promise y'all. I promise. Y'all got my word. Y'all got my word.
Are you serious?
Not gonna bring up no more Super Bowl talk. I'm done with it. I
want to take it to another level too. Provided the 49ers do get to the Super Bowl next year and they win it, you have to come back and apologize for some of these rants.
Absolutely, Ronbo. I'm gonna be the first one to get on here and say, "Damn it, Kyle." But I'm just gonna feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, "Damn, Kyle, it didn't take that much," or they're gonna be like, "Damn, Kyle, like that's all you had to do."
Still got.
Or we're gonna be like, "Kyle, if you would have just did that, you'd be a 4-time, 3-time champion."
Jalen, I know you're going to do that, but you right now you're going to say you're going to be a bigger man than that, and you're not going to do that. You're going to come back in and say,
"I'm not going to do it. I'm not." Ronbo, do you know anything about that rookie from last year, D. Winters? The linebacker we drafted?
He's looking good. He's got a lot of grades.
I want to see him out there.
You might. You really might, because he looks good. Fred Warner says he's the best. He's having the best camp of anybody. If that continues, the best camp of anybody, he could end up putting that guy from Green Bay on the bench. Yeah.
100%. I 1,000% he can think. Because Ronbo, that kid, I think I checked, he ran like a 4.5. He about 230, 240.
Big, yeah.
And about 6'4", 6'3". Man, that's a big kid, Ronbo. Big, fast kid.
I know. And Dre the same way. Sounds like he's faster than Dre. And you know Dre was not slow.
He's straight line speed. Ronbo, that kid. And when he hits, Ronbo, you can hear him hit.
I know.
You can hear his. That kid is a beast, Ronbo. I'm telling you, I want to see him out there. Him, Drake Jackson, man, please put together a season, brother, because we see the talent. We see the talent.
Yeah, Drake's got to get it done this year. But he comes from SC. I've lost faith in any Big Ten school. I mean, they disassemble. You know what? They did bust that conference down, I think. I got to look that up. But I know they were talking about it, disassembling it. So we'll see. Anyway,
Ronbo, I really hope that Ricky Pearsall isn't gonna put up 400 yards this season.
Jalen, all right, listen, take a deep breath. I'm gonna see you Wednesday. All right, you'll be okay.
You didn't tell me that he wasn't, Ronbo. Why didn't you disagree?
I don't know how many snaps Ricky's gonna get. I gotta wait to see what happens with Brandon Aiyuk, but I hope he gets more snaps. Dante got a lot of snaps his rookie year. We'll see. All right.
Yeah.
Jalen, we're way over time. Let me see you Wednesday. Jalen. Let me get on it. Niners! He'll be okay. He'll be okay. He's just emotional right now. He'll be fine. Hey, Lugit.
What's up, Ronbo?
Lugit, I just got through my therapy session with Jalen, and everything's all right. Let's get back to subject, and because we're talking about appreciating the fact that Nick Bosa now has a partner on the other side. This is the first one, because when you look at Leonard Floyd, now that is serious. I don't know if we've appreciated it as much as we should. He's not going to be on all 4 downs, but he's going to be that specialty guy to put the heat on that quarterback that we need. Now Nick's already providing some kind of weather problem on the other side of the line of scrimmage. Now, if I got another guy on the other side that could clean up on the mass destruction that Nick causes coming across that line of scrimmage, I'm telling you right now, it looks good, fam. It looks awfully good. We got to see if we can stop the run in the middle. But we need to get excited about that defensive line. Also, the 49ers are not, their feelings aren't hurt so bad they can't play next year. They made that clear during the State of the Franchise address. So what are you thinking, fam? Are we going to be okay?
Yeah, we're going to be legit, just like I'm legit.
You bet.
It's going to be our D line is going to our defensive line is going to be legit because Floyd, and I like what Ellis said earlier. Bosa has to have like a Charles Haley year, where Charles Haley was just going crazy. And once one defensive lineman disrupts everything, like blows up the other team's offensive line, it rattles the whole entire line. So that's going to free up Hargrave, Floyd, and whoever else is playing there, Collins.
Yeah.
But I agree with that.
Just get Hargrave going.
Nick is going to. But you know what's going to be the trigger for Nick? It's going to be Floyd. I heard Floyd on the interview. Man, that guy has a wonderful, wonderful personality. He said that 49ers play real man football. But,
hey, Lucid, I want to amplify on that just a minute. Now, we know that he came from two teams, the Rams and the Bills. He never made any statements about them like that. What does that tell you about what's going on in L.A.?
It tells me that all the other teams are envious of us because we're the Cadillac of the NFL. Just look at our colors. Our team looks good, man. When they put the lights on at night,
Shivers,
it's a sunny day.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, look, man. Sometimes I don't even watch the play. I just get hypnotized by how good they look.
Hey, and don't forget how the week after teams will still be bruised up, sore, and hurt behind having to deal with that red and gold.
Yeah, and then when the red and gold starts flying around, and then you're like, wait a minute. This Cadillac, not only does it look good, but it's smashing people right in the face. So Floyd and Nick is going to be the key to disrupt everything. So let's say our offense scores a little bit, but if our defense, Nick and Floyd, like Ellis said, when Ellis was saying that, it was like music to my ears, and I started visualizing Charles Haley because Charles Haley was a loose cannon, but I really like him because. Man, when he was on the football field,
that crazy came into use, right? Yeah, because Charles did have to take medication. He actually was clinically ill. Ask Jerry Rice.
Yeah, I think he used to do all kinds of crazy stuff. He used to punch people in the locker room. We need somebody to go crazy like that, and so everybody, when the other teams see us, they're like, "Man, Niners look classy and everything, but they got some crazy fools on there, and you got to watch out."
That they got to get into another locker room, right? Because if I knew Charles is going, is Charles out the locker room yet? No, he ain't. All right, I'll wait. Well, for what? 9? I can wait, man. I ain't got to go in there until you get to. He's one of them dudes.
Yeah, see, I remember Charles Haley when he used to go out in the field. I could tell the other team was like, "Are you going to block him? No. Are you going to block him? No. I'm going to block him."
On purpose too. I'd make sure Charles didn't take his medication before the game started. Yeah, Charles, game day. Don't worry about that medicine. What?
See, what I think Nick needs to do is he needs to wear like a helmet like the dude from Halloween, Michael Myers, and look kind of crazy out there.
I remember that. Well, I was in Ohio State, right?
And just have him put that little music, and all of a sudden he goes crazy on him. So I want Bosa to be more of a loose cannon, but I really like Floyd, man. I don't know. There's something about the way he talks and he expresses himself.
Oh, he can play.
He's like a solid.
Yeah.
And I think he's happy to be a Niner too.
He is. Oh yeah. Oh, he loves it. And they play grown man football over here. That tells me all I need to know right there. He's been held back. Now, if he's going to be unleashed the way he wants to be this year, because I guess Coach Kocurek has already told him, look, whatever issues you've had, and other teams, forget about it. You let me know what they are, and we're going to make sure they're not bothering you now. So you come on out here and play the kind of football I know you're capable of. Because Swift's been watching him since he got drafted. He wanted him in 2016.
Okay. Yeah, see, and then the other thing that I feel for Jalen that he hasn't won, they haven't won the Super Bowl. Because I was the generation where they were winning them all the time. So we're going to get one. But you know what's another key component, Ronbo, is when we have a home game, I want the fans to know how to cheer. I've been to games in the playoffs. I've been to that was at Candlestick. And they used to get so loud. I ain't gonna lie to you, Ronbo. There was sometimes it would get so loud that it was when people said that it was deafening when you couldn't even hear it. I thought that was just like I thought that was just like something that people would just say as a phrase. But I was there a couple of times where the fans were going so crazy I couldn't hear the noise. That's how loud it was.
Painful, because when at certain plays, because that noise would explode. It would just go up all of a sudden. All of a sudden you couldn't hear anything but the noise, and you couldn't hear anymore.
Yeah,
it was powerful.
So what I'm asking the fans that are listening right now that go to the games a lot in the new stadium is that you need to cheer more. You think you're cheering, but I don't think they're cheering hard loud enough. That's when the players feed off of that, and they'll take that to the playoffs and the Super Bowl, and they'll get that. It gets contagious, and you put them in the frenzy. So if the fans are out there and you're on your phone on social media and you're walking around,
you're not participating, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I went to the new stadium, Ronbo, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I walked around just to check it out. But when there was like key plays, I would run back and make sure I was cheering. There were some people that weren't even paying attention.
Yeah. Well, you know what though?
It's like third down, man.
At least we're not as bad as LA fans. You know, one thing I used to like to do. My dad used to love the Dodgers. You watch the Dodgers. Their fans are up in the concession. They're up doing everything but watching the game. Right? I'm laughing because I'm watching the game because I'm just like delighted to watch this game. And I want the Dodgers would be leaving in the seventh inning. Their seventh inning stretch. All right, onto the parking lot. I said, you know what? These guys don't really appreciate this team. You know, so at least we're not that bad yet. So once again to the fans, the SF on the helmet stands for smart fans. You got to know when to cheer. We made that last week.
Yeah. And then also, Ronbo, since we're talking about the SF for the special day today is that Niner fans are sensational fathers.
Hey, look, man, you are really sharp with that, making sure you know how to use that SF.
Oh yeah, man. Because all I see is every day I walk around my life, I see an SF in my brain.
There you go.
And that's how much of a Niner fan I am. That's what I'm telling Jalen. That he's going to get that Super Bowl, man. Yeah, and all the young fans, they're going to get it. They're going to get it. But there's like a spiritual level that you got to get everybody riled up. Even if you're at home, you got to go crazy at home too. Yeah. You got to cheer at the TV and send the energy through the internet, through the screen, and they'll reach the players. I'm telling you,
you affect the biorhythms exactly. But I think Shanahan and Lynch are going to win at least 2 Super Bowls before they leave San Francisco. I really feel that way. These guys are football people. They've had some bad luck, Lugit. What are the odds of what happened in this last Super Bowl? What are the odds? The ball flies to the air. It hits a 49er in the leg. That never happens. And bounces in a way, and the guy that was supposed to pick the ball up or get down, he tries to pick it up and run with it. They cream his butt and take the ball. Or you look at the NFC CG against the Rams. Kwaski T, the ball couldn't have been gift wrapped and given to him any better. Hits him in the chest, he drops it. The Rams are off the hook. We could have ran that clock from that point on. The Rams would have never won that game. There's always reasons beyond just Shanahan. And maybe he's part of the reason, but he's not the whole reason. Getting rid of him wouldn't make any difference.
Yeah. I blame him a lot, but I agree with it. What you're talking about is probability. Well, we were fortunate that we won 5 Super Bowls, and we could brag to everybody that we didn't lose one. Then what was the probability of that happening? That doesn't really happen.
It's just,
Now we got our little dosage of losing a little bit, but guess what? Now we're going to go back to the other side again. Now we're going to start winning because that's just the way the pendulum works. It's like the economy. And then it's bad. But now we're going to start swinging up to now winning them because the probability statistically, that's how the statistics work.
Which is
probably, that we're going to start winning.
I agree, and probably that is the reason why, since we did win and nonstop 5 times, now here comes the other role. But I'm sick of it, and it's got to stop.
Yeah,
5 and 3
I'm sick and tired.
Yeah, 5 and 3 is as much as I can stand. Otherwise, it's just really bad. 5 and 4? Oh, no. God,
oh, heck no.
Ooh.
No, you know what's gonna happen, Ronbo? We're not gonna get to that point because one player is gonna say 5 and 4, nope, and that person's gonna jump like about 10 yards in the air and gonna land in the end zone. That's how we're gonna win.
6-3, I can handle that, but I didn't. 5. Oh no. Let me see you Wednesday, fam. I'll be back looking for you. And so give me some more of them SF. What equals? You do that.
No, I'm gonna like I told you, man. I wake up and I see SF. I see the helmet, and that's because we're gonna win another Super Bowl. It's just there. So we're gonna win one. Man. So all the fans out there, it's coming. It's coming. Don't even trip. All right. Well, I'll see you on Wednesday. Man.
Looking forward to it, Lucid. Bye, fam.
Okay. Take care, man. All right.
Well, here he is. I can't believe we got it in his late. Well, it's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. So come on in here, man. You know, everybody's been here already. So there's nothing that you can do to make anybody call later. Look, here's what I want to say about what Big Show said. Big Show, it's all yours.
Thank you. I appreciate that. As far as Leonard Floyd goes, Ronbo, I really hope he is as advertised as people are saying he is, because if you haven't looked recently in the NFL, the new 30, the age 30 is the new 60. You might as well be 60 years old. Because they don't really appreciate. This is not a league. This is not a league anymore for 30-plus-year-olds. It's a league for 24, 23, 25, 26, 27, and 21-year-olds, and 22-year-olds now. If you're over 30, teams don't value you anymore. They cut bait and move on.
Well, Leonard got cut. Actually, once Leonard started his trail around the league, here's the thing, Show. I only need for him to give me those 9 sacks. I don't care about anything else. He's been consistent about that for years. I want him to give me those 9 sacks. That's all I want.
If he does that. There's a reason to be concerned a little bit, though, because I hope Kris Kocurek hasn't really lost his touch, because the last defensive lineman that we signed a big contract to, and Javon Hargrave, hasn't really hit the ground running when we signed him.
Yeah, that's...
And then also Drake Jackson is another red flag. Khalil Davis, another red flag.
He's not
That's
30.
3 strikes right there.
See, I'm getting ready to...
I know that, but...
he's not 30. So it doesn't just apply to being over 30. It applies to whether you're good or not.
It also applies to have talent, too, at the same time, which Javon Hargrave did. But on the Eagles, but they let the Eagles, at the time, were our competition, and then they sort of fell off a little bit, and then we just pretty much ignored them from here on out. But
because you got Sirianni,
Drake Jackson, Khalil Davis, and Javon Hargrave is
not a lot to look forward to.
They're incomplete right now, and that's, we had Charles Menahue and Samson Ebukam, who Kris Kocurek coached up and had them.
But Menahue was.
He was okay, but they went off and got paid. They went off and got huge paydays. And we saw how they didn't work out, and on the other teams they signed.
Menahue did. He just got.
They weren't they weren't as productive as they were here. So, I just hope Kocurek really didn't lose his touch because Nick Bosa also didn't have a great year last year. He had a down year last year.
Now remember, there were some changes made in how the team was being ran defensively, though. So that that had a lot to do with that, if not everything.
Yeah, of course. That's not the whole bulk of the reason why, though. He had the production year he did.
So anytime
the lack of production year he did.
Anytime a head coach calls and embarrasses, I was embarrassed watching that. Shannon actually, he just pocket vetoes. I mean, a call. Wilson saying, "All right, let's now." Oh no, we're not. Wait a minute, Kyle. Could you go talk to him on the side, please? Just call timeout. Don't embarrass him like that. I was watching that. Ooh. Ew, oh, God, oh, that's embarrassing. And Wilkes standing looking like a chastised child. I felt bad for him. But you're not going to see that kind of mess this year. I think they'll be better organized.
And another thing you have to look at, too, is the continuity of the defense because we brought in a whole bunch of brand new guys and rookies, too, that are up and coming, and also draftees that we brought in, and also a new coach that we hired. Yes, he was within, but he needs to develop that relationship with the players that has yet to be seen.
Mm. Well, no,
so there's no telling how this defense is going to look.
They all know.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I know, but there's no telling if he's going to be a D'Amico Ryan. So
yeah. Did you think D'Amico Ryans was going to be as dynamic as he was? I was a little worried. I had believed in Salah. I thought, oh, Salah, man, he's leaving. D'Amico? Can D'Amico do this? It's just the unknown, right? Sorensen, I don't know. He's been around there for a while. I don't know. We'll see. You got a legitimate concern.
One more topic that was brought up earlier tonight is the Brandon Aiyuk situation, and I'm finally glad you're starting to see the writing on the wall.
I knew you would be.
His own wide receiver coach he has off the field said there's no optimism as far as signing a contract at all with the San Francisco 49ers. That's going to happen this year.
Yeah.
And I understand the positivity that some people want to shed light on this team constantly 24/7. Unfortunately, that's not how life works. I like to know where their evidence is on how we're going to sign him and with what money, because he's wanting north of $28 million, and we don't have and they keep equating the Deebo Samuel and Brandon Aiyuk, or Deebo Samuel and Nick Bosa situation.
Just keep in mind,
but that's before
that cap hit.
That's before
with signing him than they can.
That is,
keep
I don't want to know, Ronbo.
It's true.
That is before CMC arrived here that we got this Deebo Samuel and Bosa situation.
No, I'm just saying, for Brandon Aiyuk to sign right now would be a benefit to the 49ers. I don't know. I can't figure out the game they're playing with him. But
in the short term, it would be, but in the long term, it wouldn't.
They don't. The 49ers never care.
Because one up like the Rams.
Yeah. No, you can't.
So
it's scattered in such a way that it can't end up like the Rams. Everybody
because
get paid
once again, we eventually have to find a left tackle, and I don't think they go through the draft with that. I think they find a veteran free agent.
There's nobody out there
that's experienced.
If you have a good left tackle now, the 49ers got lucky as can be. That's not going to happen again in our lifetime. Anybody's lifetime.
Oh.
I mean, to go get and sign, you segue from Joe Staley to Trent Williams. Nobody does that. I bet that was the first. Usually, you have to go get it.
That's
you got to find another left tackle.
They're going to
draft
find another left tackle. We have to find another right guard. There's no telling how Puny and Kensington's going to work out, et cetera, and also a new centers that's going to be up and coming, and we have to re-sign Aaron Banks and Diamond Lenore.
So you're worrying
all
about
of those guys.
Well, but you're worrying about things happening.
Well, you have to worry about it because you got to run a business like
the chances
you have to keep the business in the black.
I agree. I know, but if the chances of these guys being successful are just as good as them not being successful, so you got to wait till that plays out. You can't predict right now that it's already going to be a fail and we're going to just sink. You got to wait a minute.
And if Aiyuk doesn't show up at all this season, that's going to be a huge test for. That's going to be a huge test for Brock Purdy too, to see who he truly is without a security blanket.
Could be.
Could be. So.
But you're going to be disappointed though, because Kyle could still make that offense work probably without Aiyuk.
Oh, yeah.
That's the way he is. But
that's what
I'd
I told
like to
you
have
before.
Aiyuk.
But you don't want to listen to me.
No, I mean, he can if he has to. I would rather him be fully, I want that Arsenal at its full potency. I don't want it working it out. I want it hardcore, ready to go, you know? I mean, you move a howitzer from the battlefield, I can beat you up with other things, but I want that shot. Bam! And take everything out. Aiyuk might be that guy.
But it just doesn't look like he's going to be with us long term,
But
unfortunately.
Again, you're premature on this. We did the same thing with Debo.
I am not premature on this. I along with others feel this way too. It's not just me.
I'm just saying it's not played itself.
Everyone
out
is
yet.
saying Debo, but Debo is actually
was
a very
worse,
integral
way
part of
worse.
this offense. He's also part of the he's a piston in the engine that makes this offense run. You know. If you miss a piston and then your engine's not going.
They have these.
Look at what happened when he went out with Trent Williams. CMC didn't help at all. Like he was not. He was almost non-existent.
You're not. Certain people can't go down. That's true of any team though. You can't have certain guys sitting down or out and expect to continue.
Aiyuk is replaceable, and they found his replacement in Ricky Pearsall.
You don't know that, Joe. We got to pump the brakes on Ricky Pearsall. Let him show us with at least pads on in practice before we make him the heir apparent to Brandon Aiyuk. You know, it's just show you know better.
So,
it's just not that
Ronbo,
easy.
you're grasping at straws here, man. Like,
No, I'm telling the truth. You've made Ricky Pearsall into something he hasn't shown you he is yet. That's premature.
Just go and look at his film. Look at his film.
No,
look
he
at
looks
the praises he's
dynamic.
getting
Ricky
from
Pearsall looks
from
like the
Cosell.
bad. I fully
look at the
agree
praises
with
he's getting from
what he looks
Baldinger
like.
and
Yes,
you know, like
you and I have had this
those are two
conversation
credible
about
men
wide
who
receivers
know
in the
film
first year before. Both of us agreed. They come in. The first thing to do is get hurt. That's what I'm saying, Joe. You got to wait a minute. You know you got to wait a minute.
Well, we've been extremely lucky on that part. So
Aiyuk did get hurt his first
wide receiver.
He was out about 3 weeks.
What's that?
Aiyuk was out his first year.
That's not a long time though. It's not like the whole
true.
season.
Not a pulled muscle or anything or terrible injury.
So,
but still, Ricky Pearsall's got some lumps to take before he becomes prime time Ricky. So, and Aiyuk's already went through those lumps.
If Brian Baldinger sings his praises and Greg Cosell sings his praises, then I have full confidence that he'll do well.
He said some good things about Javon Kinlaw too. We'll find out. But I still think he should wait before he just get totally.
Javon Kinlaw just couldn't stay healthy. He had talent, but he couldn't stay healthy.
Yeah. These are the things. Well, Shell.
All right. Always shout out to everyone. Shout out to Ellis. Shout out to Tony's and Donut T. I miss you guys. You guys need to get back in here along with Vader and everybody else out there. Y'all take care. Have a great night.
Have a good night. What I could do with Jalen and Tony. I mean, Jalen and Big Show. Hey, Tony, ATL, come on in, man.
Ronbo, good evening and happy Father's Day to you, sir.
Thank you, and happy Father's Day. Time to get them goodies, and hopefully this time it's not a shirt and a tie. You know, I mean a tie and a handkerchief combination. You know, and then of course, like my dad used to do, put it in a drawer, and I've never seen him wear it. Well, that's the same thing with my mom too. Well, I had to think, what was I buying for my mom all the time? I didn't know what to buy Mom. Whatever I'd buy her though, it was in bad taste. So she'd be so grateful. She'd give me a hug. Oh, thank you. That's so nice. And I'm just delighted because she likes it. Never seen her wear it. Okay. This is the thing about giving from your
Ronbo,
children.
you're not going to believe what I'm watching right now.
What are you watching?
Watching NFL Network. They showing these plays, showing Super Bowl 49. A Curse just made the catch, and I just seen Marshawn Lynch on the first goal at the 5, gets 4 yards, and then you know what happened after that.
Was that the Hawks?
How am I see that? Yeah, the Hawks and the
40. That was 49.
Super Bowl 49.
Yeah. I know. I need to find it. I want to put that on a loop so I can watch it over and over.
Just got you 4 yards. Yeah. Just got you. Man, I would have gave it to Marshawn Lynch every time.
I mean, who's going to stop Marshawn Lynch over and over again? If I got 3 downs and I'm within the 5-yard line, they can know that Lynch is coming all they want to. You ain't going to stop him.
He just got him 4 yards on first and goal from the 5. He got him 4 yards. It was second and goal from the 1. He just got you 4 yards. They shouldn't even have been in the shotgun. Some tell me that game was rigged. He got paid off or something. I don't know.
You might have something there. And I thought it was because they didn't appreciate. Go ahead.
Something tells me my Super Bowl was rigged after Julio's catch.
You know, with Tom Brady.
Same thing.
Hey, and by the way, that was not a touchdown, that last play. He went out about 3 inches short of that pylon. Because the camera was right down on the field. Yep. You know,
this is just basic football.
With Marshawn Lynch, though, I really think the league had a problem with him grabbing his crotch as he jumped into the end zone. They wanted to make Russell Wilson, the clean-cut individual he is, throw that pass and get that touchdown and give him the MVP. You give Marshawn Lynch the MVP award, and he's standing there holding his crotch in one hand and the MVP award in the other. They did not like his persona even a little bit. Remember, weeks and weeks before that Super Bowl game even came, Lynch was leaping in the end zone, ball in hand, backwards, grabbing his crotches. You know, that's funny, but I know some conservatives around the league are getting pissed off.
That would have been Brady's third Super Bowl loss in a row. Remember, they had lost 2
Oh, yes, I know right
now. 07 and 2011. That would have been his third loss in a row. And then the one against us, that would have been his 4th loss in a row. And then the Eagles the following year, that would have been his 5th loss in a row.
You know?
Now, they legitimately beat the Rams in 18, but the one against Seattle and the one against us, I had a funny feeling that somehow the leak. Yeah.
Well, you know.
But Ronbo, it's been a good night in the chat tonight. We ran Texas Boy out, then he just came back in.
After you got on the
phone. Talking his normal stuff. You know, talk about Matthew Stafford. Now, Matthew Stafford is going to throw picks. He's going to get benched if he don't get hurt. They so high on him.
Is that really Remilia, though? Remilia's got some twins, clones.
Yeah, something. Twin turds.
Yeah, because after talking to Rudy for as long as I have, going back and forth with him, some of the things that are said are out of character for Rudy.
Oh, Ronbo, you know who came in the chat briefly for like about 20 minutes tonight? Ain't seen him in a long time.
Oh, Gene D. Yeah, I seen that.
Yeah,
I was busy talking. I couldn't get to him.
Yeah, then he left. Came in briefly, then he left.
Hey, imagine being a Hawks fan right now. Your team, Pete Carroll, your legendary coach is gone. I call him legendary because Pete Carroll, he could make a team at least competitive even when they had no business being so. And also, everybody's left. Got a new, as far as KJ Wrights, he's working with us now as an assistant. I mean, that whole big deal that was going on in Seattle, it's melted down now, and they got to reform it. GD has no clause. He has been neutered. He is done. Oh. How many things?
It'll be interesting because they did something with their offensive line.
They got some tough guys. Yeah. On the offensive line.
I liked that kid after 2 years ago in the 3rd round, Abraham Lucas, but he got hurt last year. Right tackle. I liked him.
Yeah, I remember you talking about him.
It's going to be interesting to see what Seattle does. They're going to be our biggest competition in that division because the Rams ain't going to be no.
You know, you know what?
Not worried about them.
Yeah, Tony, I hate to admit it, but McVay's going to rally that group in a way that who was that? That Papa Dragon was talking about and alluding to earlier. His players enjoy playing for him. Kyle, our guys enjoy playing for Kyle, but Kyle doesn't pump. He's not going to run down from one end, sprint, should I say, from whatever position he's in to go down and congratulate a player or get on his guys. I mean, it's just not his style. Kyle is cool. I don't know if cool has a place in the NFL or any sport, but I mean, as far as a coach goes, but, we're going to We're gonna have to.
It's interesting now. Everything is kind of all done. We got our little fine. Our GM had to pay $50,000.
Oh yeah, was that the cost?
$200,000.
For the tampering.
Yeah, and we lost a 5th round pick.
That's not gonna. That's not even punishment. I know you're not worried about that.
No.
Yeah.
All because Kirk Cousins talked to some of our trainers before we signed them. I think
That's
it was
all?
a misunderstanding somehow.
Hey, how do they find out about these things? I'm sure.
But see, what I said in one of my Falcons chats, Ronbo, you got players in the off season. Players get together to work out. They go out. Some of them got the same agents. They talk all the time about, hey, man, why don't you come to? And there's no law against that.
No. Yeah, the league has its own set of laws, though, that I always question. Yes, if I went to court, I couldn't even win this case. Why? Because the league is considered its own. The laws don't apply. You could go in and try to sue or something like that, but the NFL is so tough. They are so.
Yeah.
I don't know how they pull that off.
Yeah, they're hypocrites.
How do they get away with that? When was that established?
They're all about money.
Yeah.
They're all about money. That's all it's about.
So they're paying government officials.
It's going to be interesting, Ronbo. Arizona Cardinals are going to be better than they were last year.
Yeah.
I don't like Kyler Murray, but they're going to be better. They're going to improve.
Well, they have to just by time being together. Yeah. The NFC West is always going to be somewhat tough. Even when people are rebuilding, they're always going to be somewhat tough. It's just the way it is in the NFC West. So yeah.
I'm gonna be watching Green Bay and Detroit real close this year,
God,
just to see how good. And I'm gonna look over their drafts. I'm still mad that we didn't try to get Christian Watson. He struggled with injuries, but when that dude is healthy, can't be stopped.
It was last year. No, that wasn't his first year last year, wide receiver. No, Christian did get hurt in his rookie year, didn't he?
Yeah, and he got hurt last year, too, a little bit.
Yeah, see, some wide receivers could be really the best player on the team, but they will be hurt way too often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Remember what you said, Ronbo? I thought about this. Remember when Mikal Becton ran that 4-something in the 40 when he got drafted, and you said offensive linemen that big aren't made to run that fast, so if they do run that fast for the draft, they end up getting drafted and getting hurt.
Yep.
Guys, there's something to that.
Yeah,
because it keeps happening.
And also, if as soon as I hear about a guy, and that's a new combine record, 4.27, I say, shh, don't draft him. Because he's going to come out there. He's got those muscles that are going to pull, and they're going to pull worse because the fact you're excited. And when you explode like that out of excitement, this kid is going over to Kansas City. How long do you think he's going to last? I give him 3 weeks. The guy in Kansas, the Bengals got one of the best. The guy's powerful.
John Ross. Ross.
I'm talking about the Bengals now. Their premier 4-3 guy. Him and Burrows played together forever. What?
Are you talking about Chase?
Yeah, is he Jamar Chase? Jamar. Hey, Jamar does not. Did he get hurt last year for a bit? He rarely gets hurt though.
For a bit. T. Higgins got hurt for a bit too last year. Missed about 4 games.
Yeah, and
matter of fact, T. Higgins didn't play at the game when Cincinnati came to play y'all. T. Higgins didn't play in that game.
Oh, that's right. They didn't need him. Yeah, the 49ers.
Oh, Ronbo, in football news, T. Higgins signed this. He signed the franchise tag yesterday.
Tony, one thing
you said, Ronbo, he really didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Either you sign it or you're gonna get fined every day.
Yep, and they're not going to forgive that. Brandon Aiyuk is going to have a rude awakening too. The 49ers will wait him out. Why? Because where's he going? I mean, you're on your 5th-year option, Brandon. This is why the 49ers are toying with him. This is what I'm trying to tell Big Show. He's not going anywhere. I don't know that he's going to play, but he's not leaving. And so then when he thinks about that, what's he going to do then? Brandon Aiyuk needs to negotiate with some kind of tact. This is not tactful.
I didn't think he hit on that franchise. I really didn't. He fooled me. I didn't think he was going to sign it.
Well, I wasn't really paying much attention to that situation. I knew he was mad and standing by principle. He lost face is what he just did.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, if you're going to be a badass, then be a badass. You ain't signing? Okay. Well, let's just sit out of here. Be the next Le'Veon Bell. What happened to him?
I don't feel for T. Higgins. You signed a 1 year, what, $22 million? You make a $22 million on the franchise, and you want me to feel sorry for you? Sorry, I don't. 1 year, I don't feel sorry for you.
I don't know, Tony.
Make your $22 million, prove yourself, and if you're a free agent, go somewhere else.
Yeah, I guess we just don't. We can't relate. I don't know. You hear about this all the time. I don't know what that guy's going through or why he's acting that way. From where I sit, it seems a little bit stupid, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Are we wrong to question these guys? I don't know.
I mean, I know he wants security. He wants multiple years, but they franchise you. They have a right to franchise one player a year.
They can franchise
you. The one that got franchised.
They can do it to you next year too. You know,
if they feel like it, unless they do somebody else. So that's their choice. You know the rules.
All right. Some of these guys gotta. I don't know who you talk to. If you're them, but you got to come up with a better plan. I ain't signing nothing. All right. And listen, and in Brandon Aiyuk's case, well, now this is not something I can agree to. So unless you make some adjustments there, I'm going to have to say goodbye. And of course,
Ronbo, a lot of it is these agents.
Yeah,
these
I
agents
know.
too, Ronbo.
Yeah, they're like lawyers. They are lawyers, aren't they? Just they just. Well, there's nothing. Lawyers are that's the worst human being. Well, unless you need one for a certain situation. But those guys, man, they bend the law and they do all kind of things. It's just. Because the NFL is a sovereign entity, right? That's why they get. Huh?
Mm-hmm. I'm going to see how that plays out with this Aiyuk situation. Will you guys sign and trade? Will y'all work out something?
Yeah.
Then you were talking about an hour ago that they're still far apart.
Way far. They're not even talking.
Right. That's what I thought I heard.
It's true.
Buffalo cleared some money.
Yeah, well.
They might offer a trade.
It's whoever blinks first.
We all heard about it.
Yeah. The Steelers and other teams are sitting around like flying over the stadium like vultures. And
Ronbo, and that's a true fact. One of the callers was talking to you. Bill Belichick is 72 years old. He's dating a 24-year-old young woman. He's 3 times her age.
You know what happened there, don't you? She's going to come in, and she's going to wait for Bill to pass on, and he knows it. And he's just going to have fun, I guess, until then. God. All right.
And she's young enough to be his
granddaughter. Damn, we got to roll. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do.
Somebody in the chat call him.
What?
Somebody in the chat called him a sick bastard. I'm correct. I think it's 49 to Brian.
Look, well, wow. You hear about these things all the time. Well, he's still not as bad as P. Diddy. Let's say, let me see you Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Not much news going around. Not the T. Higgins signing yesterday. Not too much else going around now. But I am really interested in how this Brandon Aiyuk situation is going to play out now. Especially now that Higgins signed the franchise tag.
Yeah.
So let's see how that plays out.
We're all going to find out. It's going to be crazy. All right, Tony. Just have a great night.
All right, sir.
See you in a few days. Or a few days, yeah. All right.
And these quarterbacks and receivers got to stop getting paid this money. This is getting ridiculous. Quarterbacks and receivers, it's too much.
You'll have to really do that anyway. All right, Tony. See you Wednesday. All right, Tony.
Yes, sir.
Well, some of the comedy in this chat tonight, boy. Rudy, well, you're taking a lot of abuse, but he hangs in there. It's just, God. Anyway, fam, happy Father's Day. And hope you enjoyed it. Got a lot of good food and goodies. And thank you for the contributions. And also, please, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. We want to be able to find you and notify you when we're back to do it again and have a good time. And I want you in here. Get ready to call in, too. We'd love to hear from you on some of the subject matter that we do go over each and every time. All right? It's time to do the thing. Don't forget to hit the likes. I like the likes. Yeah. Niners!